Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Toon review for tonight's live watch along of the European Champions League final, a competition that was graced by the presence of Newcastle United this season, and indeed one of the sides that we played against in our group and were beaten by twice, unfortunately, are in the final. So Borussia Dortmund versus Real Madrid. I will be being joined by Stato presently before kickoff starts. But before we do go through all of that, please, if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button if you like what you see, and you will do because we're fantastic at it. And that's not me blowing our own trumpet there. Also, hit that like button because that really helps too, and it kind of gets up the search engine on YouTube, and the algorithms indicates to other like-minded football fans that something good is going on here at the Toon Review. Memberships are also available by clicking the join button. That'll take you through to a payment route there to join as a member and join the Toon Review community. And super chats are also available by clicking the $ below the chat there. Welcome to everyone outside there. Let's have a look at the lineups before we go any further. Real Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti named his lineup something like 3 hours before kickoff. That's a very confident move. Anyway, Thibaut Courtois does come in from the semi-final. Lunin was playing in goal for semi-finals against Manchester City. But Courtois is in. Defence of Carvajal, the right back. Tony Rudiger, Nato, the captain. Ferland Mendy at left back. A midfield 3, potentially 4 of Valverde, who's a real workhorse, good player. Camavinga, Tony Kroos, and Jude Bellingham, of course, England's English star. He may be joining the 3 up front with Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. Excellent side. Substitutes, I have to squint my eyes to have a look there, but it's Lunin, the reserve goalkeeper, Kepa, who's a third choice. Eder Militao, who's a fantastic player. David Alaba, formerly of Bayern Munich, of course. Luka Modric, who's just signed a new contract. Who else can I see there? I can see Gula and Danny Ceballos is there. Fran Garcia, Brahim Diaz, formerly of Man City. Tchouaméni, of course. Lucas Vasquez is also there. So an excellent bench for Real Madrid, and you'd expect that for someone of their wealth and kind of the biggest club in the world, aren't they? This is the Borussia Dortmund lineup. A few players that weren't around Borussia Dortmund when we played them. Kobel in goal is an excellent goalkeeper. Ryerson, Matson from Chelsea on loan, who wants to stay there. Left back was at Burnley last season on loan and has in fact played for Coventry as well. Sabitzer, who was at Manchester United last season. Hummels, Nico Schlotterbeck, Sancho, of course, Manchester United also. Emre Can, the former Liverpool player. Füllkrug, who scored against us in Dortmund. Julian Brandt, who also scored against us in Dortmund. And Karim Adeyemi, lots of pace out there. On the bench, they've got Meyer in goal, the reserve goalkeeper. Lothar, Ozcan, Nemecha, who, of course, played against us. Haller, who's overcome testicular cancer and indeed scored in the African Nations final. Royce, who's, of course, a veteran. Wolf, Mukoko, Daniel Marlon, Sula, Watchen, and Bino Gittins, the young English talent. So that's the lineups. Let's go to some comments and see what we have. Crimson Lip, he's just put the black and white hearts up. Well, dots actually, but much appreciated. Good evening to Tom. All Dortmund tonight. Well, of course, I'm a neutral. I don't want to be a kind of advertising one way or the other, but if I'm perfectly honest, I don't really care. But I'm looking forward to a good game of football. They are a kind of team for a bunch of Eric, says Chippers. Alfie, the same pet reference there. 2 wants Dortmund, says Ethan. Paul wants Madrid to win. And Chipper says, remarkable to think we have played one of the finest in our group. Tom put a link there for Early Birds Treat. Sad anyway, 2 review mix. Yes, he's good at that, Tom. He's very good. There you go. 2.5 hots from Ivan. I'm not saying your name. Ange Mag says, even all, if anyone has Virgin, there is a free pop-up channel for the match, channel 524. Very helpful advice. I don't have Virgin, I have Sky. But of course, if I am ahead or behind, so more like behind, pause your stream and comment. Let me use my commentary. And no spoilers in the chat, of course. Not that anyone gives us toss, really, because it's a Champions League final. But I guess one day we're hoping to be in this final ourselves at some point, aren't we? So Tom loves to get some drinks. It's mixed kind of emotions here. Evening to you, John Adams down in New Zealand. Hello, Johnny. Hope you're well. Ruffyed says he wants Dortmund. Evening to Mason. 3-1 Madrid, says Johnny. Even to Matt Hames. 2-1 Dortmund, says Ruffyed Benitian. Even to Julie J, hope you're well. What we've got here, Len White, that's a great name. Even all, no predictions, just a great game. Hopefully you're right. Tom's back, we'll have to get his refreshments. Even to PD, hope you're well, mate. NUFC on top, we should be here. Well, I'm not sure we should be in the final, but we should certainly have been in the second round, that's for certain. 4-1 to Madrid, says Adam. Even to Lee Payne. Fubar Steve wants Dortmund. Just so we can say we're beaten by the champions. Yes, indeed. Hello to Geordie Lad. Wilfred Benitton says NUFC on top, we will be soon. Hello to Jam Stasher. Hope you're well. We've got Johnny's been a member for 10 months. Not had a chance to watch live. Much been working away. Congratulations on 30k too. Thanks very much, Johnny. We had a celebration party on Thursday night. A good show was had by all. Good times had by all. Tom's on the Marx's German lager, Copperberg, and alcoholic dandelion and burdock. Ooh, I don't like dandelion and burdock. But I guess I could take it if it's alcoholic. Even to Tony Douglas, hope you're well. Billy H, good evening to you. What else we've got now? Michael Robson, good evening to you. Anyway, he says, hi everyone. During the 30k show on Thursday, I was at work and someone gifted a membership to me. Don't know who it was. But if you choose, thank you. There you go. There were quite a lot of things going around. Griezmann, 15 million release clause, would you take him? Yeah, I like Griezmann, but maybe a bit old for what we want, but excellent player. Yeah, I do like him. And it's quite cheap at that price, but 31, 32 years of age, I'm guessing. Hawaii Dortmund says Mark. Kieran would love Camavinga. Good evening to Robert Lee. The Bane Supremacy says 3-1 to the referee, in fact. Even to Mark Atkinson. NUFC Ollie would love Dortmund to win this, he says. It's mad that Royce is leaving Dortmund and Kroos is retiring. Yeah, it's Kroos' last game tonight, isn't it? So I don't care who wins, says Matt. I just need a football fix, absolutely. Just seen that Chelsea hijacked Tosin's transfer. Meh. Well, all those channels and social media celebrities who said he'd been signed, sealed, and delivered, hang your heads in shame yet again. And why people get taken in by these no marks is beyond me, to be honest. I think he wants Dortmund to win Crowtails 88. I think he's right. Dortmund got more money for losing due to Bellingham. Do they? Interesting point, that. Hi, Scott. Hope you're well. Julie wants Real Madrid. Is the match on YouTube? No, it's not, Mo. No, not this year. If you've got Discovery Plus, it's free on there, but I can't get on that. I've just given my take on Tosin, Ethan. Would have liked him in the club, but yeah, it's not to be. Hoping for Dortmund win. At least we're beaten by the winners, says Lee. Yeah. Be interesting to see where Madrid fit in Hendrick, not Hendrick, Hendrick, no H in it. If they were signing Hendrick. They are getting Hendrick, of course, and Mbappe next season. Even to Becky, hope you're well. Tom Lynch with the black and yellow Dortmund colours there. What else we got here? Morning to Baz down under, down in Australia. Morning there. Here's my pal Stato. We've got about 5 minutes for kickoff, so I'll bring Stato on. How are you, mate?
Very well, thank you. How are we doing?
Really good. Have you seen the lineups?
I have not, no.
Well, Madrid released theirs 3 hours before kickoff, which is very, very kind of different for Ancelotti. There's the Madrid lineup. Courtois in from the semi. Lunin played, of course, against City. So there we go. Courtois, Carvajal, Rudiger, Nacho, Mendy at the back. Valverde, Camavinga, and Kroos. And a front three of Bellingham, Rodrigo, and Vinny. What are your thoughts there, buddy?
I mean, it's very strong, isn't it? It's extremely strong. A bit strange to drop Lunin. Maybe there are reasons beyond my knowledge for that. Tchouaméni on the bench. Could get a cameo from Ibrahim. Probably not Arda Güler, you would imagine, in the final. Joselu maybe in the latter stages. Modric possibly used from the bench. But yeah, the starting 11's interesting. It's kind of similar to what they've gone with for most of this season. The midfield is pretty dominant. It does confuse me how they don't get they don't really have a lot of control of games, especially not against Bayern or against City. You think with that star-studded lineup, they'd be able to maintain a bit more control of the ball, but they are devastating on the counter. So it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out.
They are indeed. I can't see Hosler on the bench. Is he on the bench?
He is. Yeah, he is there. 14. He's after Modric.
Oh, I can see it now. Yeah, that's the bench. Then Lunin, Kepa, two keepers. Militao, obviously a fantastic Brazilian defender. Alaba, ex Bayern Munich, of course. Luka Modric. No need to explain him. Hosselu, Lucas Vasquez, of course, a great player too. Vasquez, I should say. Tchouameni, Ceballos, ex-Arsenal, of course. He was on loan there for season. Fran Garcia. I can't see that one. Who's that? Ooh. And then we've got Ardagula.
Ibrahim
Brahim Diaz, isn't it?
Yeah. Diaz, yeah.
And then, Ardagula. This is the Dortmund lineup. Few players in from when we played them. Kobel, Rice, and Matson, of course, in from Chelsea on loan. Wants to be there permanently. Sabitzer, Hummel, Schlotterbeck were all there. Sancho has joined on loan from Manchester United. Looks like they can't afford to sign him. Chan, Fulkrug, Brandt, and Adeyemi Sato.
Yeah, interesting. A few changes. Obviously, no Nemecha in the starting lineup with his kind of chonk. We'll throw the word chonk in there early doors. Why not? Sula on the bench, Marlon on the bench, Haller as well. Yeah, it's an interesting lineup. Makoko possibly off the bench as well. But Adeyemi, the speed Steve, he was a freak of nature. He was terrifying against us. We know Brandt is the magician. He was very good at. I don't think he played in the first leg against us. He did in the second. Fulkrug, of course, is just the German battering ram, isn't he? Pain to deal with, and the rest of it's kind of as you would expect. Matson in again, interesting. Sancho as well. Of course, he wasn't there when we played against them, but he's done okay in recent weeks. So interesting to see. I mean, I'm kind of down the middle with this. I think I'd possibly marginally prefer Dortmund to take this, purely because of Marco Reus and just the fairy tale. Yeah, they're the underdogs as well. They lost the last Champions League final against Bayern Munich. However, I've got a lot of friends who are Real Madrid fans in Spain, and Hosselu's there. I'm not too fussed. I think it'll be fantastic whoever wins.
We've got a super chat from Graham Ritchie. Away Dortmund, I want them to win. Their fans are class. Congratulate again on 30k. Thanks, Graham. Very much appreciated, mate. How do you think it's going to go? Do you think it's going to be a Madrid win, Dortmund win? Who are you predicting, Stato?
Really, it's a 50-50. It's a coin toss in this kind of game. It really is. Sometimes it's a bit more clear cut, but with this, I think it's difficult. I'm not sure Dortmund are good enough to wrestle full control of the ball. Possibly. I don't know. I really don't know. I think they might get at least one, but then Madrid are always good for at least one on the counter at some point over the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So is it going to be an extra time jobby? And who knows?
Well, I'm going to get into the coverage now and see what we can find. I think Madrid will win myself personally. I just think they've got that flair to win the game. Sty, will you take over the comments, mate, and what have you?
I can indeed, yep.
The lineups are on us. Of course, this is at Wembley. I forgot it was at Wembley.
Well, it's the Jude Bellingham final, this is, because he knocked out Haaland and Man City, his old friend, beforehand, and now in the final he's playing against his former club in Dortmund and his former teammate in Sancho as well.
Yeah.
So it's all very strange. It's like Bellingham's living in FIFA, and the finals at Wembley as well in England. So it's like, do you remember when FIFA had that storyline for Alex Hunter?
Yeah.
3 years on the trot, they did for anybody who doesn't know, in FIFA they did kind of a storyline mode where you were this young kid, kind of in the mold of like Rashford almost, called Alex Hunter from London, and you went on this campaign over 3 games in a row where he went and played for big teams around the world, and it was all everything was all teed up to be quite, like Jude Bellingham's basically living in reality. It's crazy.
His dad was his agent, wasn't he? And then they fell out. They had got a proper agent. He fell out with it was like a soap kind of opera, but yeah, it was enjoyable while it lasted. We've got a Slovenian referee. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name, and anyway, I've forgotten it. We're about ready for kickoff, it looks like.
Well, there was some noise about the referee pre-game. Apparently, people don't tend to sort of brandish cards too much in finals, and they've picked somebody that averages less than 3.5 yellow cards per game for this final, because I think red cards in a final does kind of ruin it, but sometimes they're necessary if the foul's bad enough. So, but I can imagine this will be a low amount of cards based on how they've set it up anyway with the ref.
Loving the Dortmund display there. They've got a big crown and the big Dortmund sign in the middle of it. They've got like their version of war flags, and it's like a yellow wall, of course, at one end of the stadium. They've done really well for themselves there. They've, as always, to be fair to them, fantastic set of supporters. Obviously, Dortmund. It's a lot easier to support Real Madrid, I guess, if of the two teams. But Dortmund, former champions, 96-97 season. Matthias Sammer, Paul Lambert. There's two players you don't often see linked together, but they're in the same side. They're often running anyway, folks. And Dortmund are on the attack with Slotterbeck plays it forward to Emre Can, and now Sabitzer plays it all the way back, and now it's with Eric Hummels, Mats Hummels, Eric Hummels. Who's he?
I'm behind you, by the way. I've not kicked off yet, so
well, I'm about 18 seconds ahead then. So I'll just 21 seconds if you're still not kicked off. The ball is out for throwing. Maybe if I come out of it for a couple of seconds, it might just get us close together. Let's just do that, and we'll just talk for 10 seconds or so. Have you kicked off yet?
Not yet. He stood over the ball about to kick off. I'll say when, and there you go, kicked off.
Right, I'll leave out of it for about 10 seconds and go back in and see where we are. So we're all together.
I'm 10 seconds on the clock.
$44. What are you on?
23.
Oh, 25 behind.
20-ish seconds behind. It's fine.
I'll come out for another 5 seconds and then go back in again. So we're at least level-ish. There we go. I'll come back in now.
I've just got the manager, Edin Terzic, on screen. Some fantastic stories around him leading up to this Champions League final, by the way. He snuck into a Real Madrid behind closed doors training session, pretending to be a steward to kind of get some notes. And this was years ago, because he was a fan before he became sort of I think he was a scout beforehand.
Excellent. Anyway, nothing's happening at the minute. We're a minute and 20 in. There's the Real Madrid fans. Lots of them.
A fan on the pitch already.
Is that what it is? Is that what there's been a delay for?
Yeah, because the cameras are just all over the crowd. So
yeah.
Well, there's a footballing ban for life. Don't know why they do it.
I wonder if it's a streaker. Possible. Could be anything. We don't know. People in the chat will tell us.
Time check. So I'm on 1:35.
Yeah, I'm about 18 seconds ahead at 1:57 now.
And just remember, guys, that YouTube as well, you'll be seeing what we're saying probably 5 or 10 seconds delayed, because YouTube's got to catch up with streaming. So
I'll come out for another 5 seconds so we can get even closer. Chipper says it's Paul Grant streaking. I don't think so. I don't think he's been to a match all season. So anyway, second this.
Got kicked by hay fever today. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, I've got a bit today. I've had a few sneezing spells. I'll much be honest. Anyway, we're about to continue, but at least 2 minutes delay there for whatever it was. Real Madrid will have a throw in with the right back, Danny. That's not Danny, it's Carvajal, isn't it? It is Danny Carvajal, isn't it? Down the line it goes. Rodrigo didn't get it. Now it's with Bellingham, who's fouled. Referee plays on. No, he didn't. Kick to the ankle straight away there on Bellingham. Real Madrid have taken the free kick quickly. There's Vinicius Jr. going against Slotterbeck. It's gone past one. Tries to push it past another. Doesn't keep it in. It's gone out of play. It'll be a throw into Dortmund. Level with their penalty area. Nice statement of intent there from Vinny, and he's geeing up his fans. He looks up for it.
Yeah, he does. He wanted to try and go around Hummels there. Interesting from Hummels' early door. He stepped into midfield to leave a bit on Bellingham early. But Vinicius there, I'm just getting him throwing his arms up to the crowd. So everybody very, very up for this.
He's well up for it, isn't he? It's going to throw into Dortmund halfway through the Dortmund half. No shots in anguish yet. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds of time, although I've lost 2 minutes of that for some kind of delay on the pitch. We don't know what it was. You might, of course. Anyway, throw-in's been taken. It's a header from Camavinga to Kroos. Back from Rudiger to Courtois, who plays it square then. To the captain, Nacho. Nacho's got Camavinga coming short for it, takes it and passes it off to Rudiger. And Madrid build from deep with the German centre-half out to Carvajal. Back then to Antonio Rudiger, ex-winner, of course, with Chelsea. Now Nacho. Now Toni Kroos, who's deep inside for Carvajal. For Camavinga. Nice ball. Good footballers from Real Madrid. Vinny has it. Floats one to the far side of the pitch, looking for the advancing Carvajal. Takes it down and gives it to Rodrigo. Rodrigo back to Carvajal. Could have been offside. Dortmund get a foot in and doesn't go for corner. Clears it. Nodded on there from Dortmund. And now it's on the far side with Adeyemi, who just kicks it into touch via a Real Madrid boot. And it'll be a throw to Dortmund. Very much sussing each other out, Stato, this time of the game.
Yeah, trying to be careful, but a little bit of optimism there. The big switch from Vinicius Jr. was nice. Because you'd expect him typically to try and take on his man, but he instantly cut back, got his head up, found a pass across pitch. But well defended by Dortmund. They're very difficult to break down, as we well know. We scored 85 odd goals this season in the Prem, but we scored 0 in 2 legs against Dortmund.
On the attack, it was good. They got out of defence. Lovely there. Good break out of defence, Dortmund. Bellingham has lost the ball then deep in his own half to Ryerson, who goes on the overlap to receive it back. He's got Rudu against him. It's Mendy, in fact, and out it goes for could be a corner kick, the first corner of the game. Good work there from Ryerson from right back. Robbed Bellingham in a very, very dangerous area. And I think it is a corner kick to Dortmund. It's well played that from the right back. He didn't play against us, did he, Ryerson?
I don't believe so, no. Fantastic from them to bypass the press there. Very patient as well, attacking in numbers. They're not scared. Definitely not.
We've got some height in these corners. Brandt will take the corner, of course. He's the magician behind the pulls the strings for them. It's an outswinger looking for the head of Hummels. Hummels gets to it, kicks away there. Header goes back in and goes into the arms of Thibaut Courtois. Full court causing a commotion in the box there, really. He's a big lad, isn't he? And he's very physical with it. Did get ahead to it, but to no avail. And Madrid can build from deep with Rudiger. 6.5 on the clock. Long ball from Rudiger looking for Vinicius Jr. Excellent pass from Rudiger. Taken down on the chest of Vinny, who's bundled off it well by Ryerson. Did really well there, Ryerson. Mendy gets a tackle in there on Sabitzer, and it'll be a throw into Dortmund. Good defensive work from the right back there. He's started the game pretty well.
Well, you've got to have the game of your life against Vinicius Jr. in a final, haven't you? So, yeah, this is fantastic. Some of the players on the pitch tonight that were discarded by others. Sabitzer deemed not good enough for Manchester United on loan. A lot of people snuffed at sort of at Schlotterbeck as a second choice to Botman. When we were linked with him, but again, fantastic, and is now playing for Dortmund in the Champions League final. Sancho discarded by Man United as well. Also now in a Champions League final. They just seemingly quite good at picking up other people's scraps and making good use of them.
Right, so looking for the head of Füllkrug there. Füllkrug wins it second time. Emre Can has it now in the middle of the park, in the centre circle. Changes direction and goes back then to Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck, who was outstanding against Newcastle United in both legs, actually.
He was fantastic, yeah. I mean, it's not just those that I've mentioned. It extends to Rudiger. I think a lot of Chelsea fans wanted him gone by the time he was ready to go. Yeah. A few defensive errors in the Premier League, and they deemed him they wanted to move on from him. And now look what he's doing for Real Madrid. Hummels as well. Bayern let Hummels go because they thought he was kind of a little bit too far gone for his age, and he's still doing absolutely fine.
And scoring goals as well, he scored in the semi, didn't he? So anyway, it's with Mendy for Real Madrid. Good pressure this from Dortmund. They're not letting Real Madrid play out easily, but they can do now on the far side of the pitch with Rudiger. Rudiger, that long sweeping ball again, looking for the run of Bellingham this time. Bellingham gets up in the air, gets ahead to it. Unfortunately, doesn't fall for Rodrigo and only falls into the arms of Gregory Kobel, the goalkeeper who bowls it out there. Schlotterbeck has it. Matson's come short for him. Matson takes over and gets a foot in there, Rodrigo. Kobel clears it. Headed back from Carvajal, straight onto the head of... Bit of head tennis going on here. Between Carvajal and Schlotterbeck. Long clearance, though, from... Well, it's very much Route 1 stuff from Dortmund, but it might work because Füllkrug will battle anything. Rudiger steps in, calmly nods it to Kroos, who gets it back, gives it back, and now Carvajal has it. Header from Bellingham, looking for the run of Rodrigo, doesn't fall for him. Ryerson now forward for Emre Can, who's fouled, I would say. Referee doesn't give it. Now Camavinga has it. It's very, 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 very scrappy at the minute, but they're both fighting for the possession of the ball, and it's good to see the actual fight that's going on between two quality sides.
God, that recovery from Camavinga a minute ago as well was fantastic from him.
Nacho, the captain, goes all the way back to Courtois, who's 20 yards outside his box, just lays it square for Rudiger. Kroos sitting in between the two centre-halves to receive it and gives it back to his German compatriot. Down the line there for Carvajal. He's got a run there. Finds him too. And a good... Oh, it's a foul there. Oh, the referee didn't give it. To me, that was a foul. But the referee didn't give it.
Weird shape off the ball from Dortmund as well. You've got Füllkrug and then you've got Sabitzer and Brandt behind him. And then a three in midfield with the back four. It's not the people you'd imagine being near Füllkrug. It's, you would typically imagine sort of your Sancho. So he's leaving the wider players further back, maybe to double up on defensive work. And yeah, interesting.
We did have it now with Vinicius Jr. That was definitely a free kick on Valverde, I thought there. Kroos floats onto the far side for Carvajal. Might be a bit under hit, but Carvajal gets a nod to it. And it's with Valverde now. Ernesto Valverde keeps it in. Little ball inside for Carvajal, who's continued his run back to Valverde. Now Bellingham. Nice one-touch ball. Shot from Valverde. Christ almighty. Whew, that's got about 50 yards over the bar. 11.5 on the clock. What you got in your time, Stowe?
I'm 10:53. So you've sped up somehow.
How have I done that?
I don't know. Magic.
I'll come out of it again then for a second or two. 10 seconds. Yeah, it's a good game so far, though. There's lots of fight. Both sides are up for it, as they're going to be, I suppose, for a Champions League final.
I'm 11:15 now.
Right. You're 11:15. I'm 11:50. How this? I don't get it. I'll come out of it for a little bit.
Just seen the shot from Valverde.
Shot.
Yeah, fantastic sort of long switch from Kroos. Well worked, but it was a strange shot. The thing is, he scored quite a few of them, so you can't really have a go at him too much, but it was quite optimistic, that left-footed hit.
Nacho has it back to Rudiger. Now Kroos picks it up, gives it to Camavinga. Camavinga turns, and I have the circle of doom. This is why it speds ahead, because whenever something refreshes, it goes to the right time again. So now I'm on 12:59. What are you on?
12:17. Commentary there listing teams that Dortmund have beaten, such as AC Milan and PSG and things like that. Didn't mention us. They omitted us from they mentioned the other two in their group, but not us.
Well, Vinicius nearly stepped in there and stole it from Dortmund. But it's a ball over the top. There's no flag. It's Füllkrug in for Brandt. Brandt's in the box. Brandt's going past one, shoots and puts it wide. Ooh.
Julian Brandt. I saw Camavinga's foul on Sancho there, and I'm just about to see that attack.
It's not offside either. He's timed his run perfectly. Füllkrug back to great play from Brandt, but he just panicked at the end there, snatched at his shot and planted it 3 or 4 yards wide of the left-hand post. But good intent from Dortmund. Very good intent. 14 on the clock. Jude Bellingham comes deep for it. Not seen a lot of Jude Bellingham so far. Now Mendy. Back then for Toni Kroos. Camavinga in the centre of the park in a nice little pocket of space there. Plays it wide for Bellingham, who's trying to get more on the ball. Bellingham comes inside, just lazily plays it back then to Toni Kroos. He's got a long crossfield ball on, switched out for Carvajal. It's a great pass. Right on the instep of Carvajal. Back he goes then to Valverde. First time ball in for Vinicius Jr. Vinicius tries to curve one in. And again, high wide and not very handsome.
Yeah, that previous attack from Dortmund, I think Füllkrug was marginally offside in the build-up. So had Brandt actually put it in, I think that would have been disallowed personally.
Yeah, he may have been a toe or half a foot offside, mightn't he? He was very close though. It looked really offside at first.
It's because the line cut in the grass. You could clearly see one boot was further ahead than the other. So sometimes the grass does you a favour. It makes it easier to see.
Yeah. Long clearance again. It's very route one from Dortmund at times. Looking for Füllkrug. Why not take advantage of his size? Big hefty clearance back to the keeper from Mendy, who Courtois as well to control it, and rolls it out to Antonio Rudiger. Ancelotti going for his 4th Champions League managing win as a manager tonight, and you can add that to 2 as a player as well. Yes, he's had a very successful time in this tournament, Carlo Ancelotti. I think he's a fantastic manager, I really do. Camavinga, been surrounded by lots of players, and Real Madrid playing with fire here, but they do get rid of it. I don't know if that's by luck or judgment. Header, well, Bellingham did fantastically there then. Really well, and he's advancing at a good rate of knots. In for Vinicius Jr., who's tackled by Hummels. No questions asked. Foot in, into touch. Not allowing Vinicius Jr. to get moving, and did well there, Hummels. Very experienced defender, of course. World Cup winner. Had a fantastic career. Here's Kroos. Now it's with Ferland Mendy. He was linked with Newcastle United a couple of years ago. Ferland Mendy. Now it's Kroos.
Well, we're linked with a lot, to be fair, from this pitch.
Kroos' pass was aimless, straight into the possession of Kobel. First time he's really given the ball away, Toni Kroos. Yeah,
Füllkrug 31, so maybe a little bit old now for us. 4 or 5 years at Werder Bremen before Dortmund bought him, and he was got a good goal return. I think he was like 19 goals before they picked him up. He's been around for a while.
I think he'd do excellent in the Premier League, I'll be honest. He's a menace, isn't he?
Yeah, I agree. That strange shape from Dortmund off the ball again. It's interesting.
Sabitzer, it's a great interception from Mendy. Really, really good for Mendy there. Now it's with Valverde. Well, that's not the greatest pass in the world, but Carvajal does get there. Cuts inside Adeyemi. Oh, brilliant from Carvajal. Outstanding play. Ball through then to Valverde. Now Camavinga. This is a nice move from Real Madrid. Long pass out for Rodrigo. Rodrigo takes it on his shin. Back it goes then to Jude Bellingham. This is brilliant from Real Madrid, actually, the way they've got to this part of the pitch. The bit of play from Carvajal a second ago was absolutely outstanding. Valverde and Bellingham interchanging passes, and now it's with Camavinga, and now wide for Dani Carvajal again. Back he goes. Real Madrid trying to spot a little chink in the armour here. Little dummy from Vinicius Jr. Bellingham's hurt. He's hurt there, Bellingham. Oh dear, got one on the shins. Did the referee give a free kick? I think he did. But wonderful bit of play from Real Madrid. Little dummy from well, actually, it's a foul against Bellingham. And the ref should have played advantage there. But Bellingham took a hefty blow to the shins.
Some play just prior to that, Carvajal absolutely got the running of Adeyemi, which is testament to how good he is and experienced, because Adeyemi is considerably faster. You know, we had a lot of problems against Adeyemi, so Carvajal doing some fantastic work.
Camavinga goes all the way back from the Dortmund half back to Courtois. And here is Camavinga again. Now it's Rudiger forward for Valverde and then square to Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos forward there for Vinicius Jr. No, in the end he gets robbed by Hummels. Hummels' pass isn't great, but it does fall to Dortmund in the end. Camavinga gets a foot in, but it's with Brandt now. Try to play one through there for Adeyemi, but Carvajal cuts it out. Had a fantastic start to the game, Carvajal. He really has. Kroos has it. The playmaker for Real Madrid. Now Ferland Mendy. He goes wide for Rodrigo. Bellingham comes short to just get a little touch of the ball, a little triangle. Plays it for Camavinga. And now it's wide then to Rudiger. And Real Madrid very patient in build-up. I have 19.5 minutes on the clock. I don't know what Stato is. He's probably a little bit behind, but it's with Rodrigo who switched sides.
I have nothing at the moment.
All right, okay. Bellingham, a little bit of trickery, lays it back to Mendy. Square inside for Camavinga, and Real Madrid patiently building forward with Valverde. That's a lovely pass for Carvajal. Carvajal crosses it in. Bellingham, well, he doesn't take any control of it. It goes over his foot, and Dortmund can come away with it. Emre Can. Oh, it's a number 10. It's a number 10, Stato.
For Dortmund, it's Sancho.
Yeah, Sancho, of course it is. It's a brilliant bit of play there from Valverde and Carvajal. And Bellingham just got there too early and couldn't adjust himself to get anything on the ball. But then Dortmund broke with Sabitzer and Sancho, but nothing came of it. Hummels advancing through the pitch. That's a great ball for Adeyemi. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Adeyemi goes round the keeper. Adeyemi's got Carvajal on him. Carvajal is fantastic to get back and get a tackle in. Brilliant defending from Carvajal. Fantastic pass to get Adeyemi through. Adeyemi went around the keeper. All they had to do was tap it into a net, but Carvajal somehow got back and made a goal-saving tackle. Outstanding. It's a great pass from Hummels too to get Adeyemi in. But, I mean, Adeyemi did everything right. He just pushed it a little bit far wide, and Carvajal never gave it up and got a fantastic tackle in. Outstanding from the Spanish number 2 there. Really, really good. Clearest chance we've had so far. Corner comes in, it's short, and Courtois drops it and finally dives at it. Sato, have you seen that bit of action yet?
I haven't. No, I'm just trying to sort it out so I can watch it. So I'll go through some comments while we're doing that.
Okay. 21.5 on the clock, nearly. Yeah, Dortmund with the clearest chance so far. Adeyemi should have scored. His touch took him wide, but Carvajal, absolutely outstanding defence from the right back to get back and get a tackle in and stop the goal. It was literally a goal-saving tackle. Anyway, it's with Valverde. And now it's with Rudiger. As Real Madrid build from deep yet again. Dortmund quite happy to let them have the ball here. Nacho forward for Kroos and back to Rudiger. Little triangle. Doesn't create any space really. Valverde's come deep for it too. Now Nacho again. Now Kroos. A bit of pressure on him from Sancho. Camavinga plays it wide for Mendy. Up the line for Vinicius Jr. Good ball inside for Rodrigo. Rodrigo can give it back to Vinny Jr. He does. Vinny Jr. has it. Cuts inside Ryerson. Looking for a cross to the far post. Well, it's a poor one because Matson cuts it out and manages to play it to Adeyemi. Ball forward then for Julian Brandt. Tackle comes in, but he gets away, Brandt. Really good. Really well played from Dortmund this to get some space. It's Sabitzer going through the middle of the park. Wide here for Jadon Sancho. Sancho going against ball inside for Sabitzer. Good ball across. Tackle comes in. And Madrid can clear it, but it was dangerous there for a second or two. Camavinga breaking out of defence. It's good. Well, he's lost out there to Adeyemi. Poor from Camavinga. And Adeyemi comes forward. Ball through, looking for Füllkrug! Hits the post and comes out. Füllkrug again. Madrid living on that. Well, it's unbelievable action there. Füllkrug nearly chipped the keeper, hit the post, and looked like it was going to bounce off the post and in. Madrid are at 6s and 7s at the back. They really are. Finally, they can get some clearance, and they do. It's with Camavinga, who's lost the ball, started all of that for Dortmund. So close from Füllkrug, hit the post. Looked like it had to bounce off the post and go in. It didn't. It came out. Very, very fortunate for Real Madrid that. And still 0-0. But good Lord, very, very close. Twice in the past 2 minutes that Dortmund have come close to scoring. Camavinga lost the ball. Adeyemi took it off him. Came forward. He may just be offside there, Füllkrug as well. It's similar to that one. But it's a great effort. But how that hit the post and come out again, I'll never know. He may have been offside as well. Kroos has it from Real Madrid. Excuse me. Square then to Rudiger, who does advance the ball a little bit. Wide then for Valverde. It's not Valverde, it's Rodrigo, in fact, who's gone out to the far side. Ancelotti will be worried, I think, by what Dortmund are doing at the moment. They've not settled yet, Madrid. defensively, they looked at 6s and 7s. And Dortmund, well, the manager of Dortmund were very pleased with how they've started. We have an injury to Emre Can, the Dortmund captain. So we have a stoppage in place. That's all. You got it back yet?
No, everything's crashed. Sky goes crashed. Can't get anything going. I think I don't know. Maybe everybody's watching it. Who knows? I haven't had this once this season, but obviously watching Newcastle matches, not everybody watches Newcastle matches. But a Champions League final, maybe there's just too many people watching it.
Have you got Discovery Plus?
No, it was TNT at a family member's house, but I can't get it to work. So
All right.
I will keep trying though. So you're going to have to be our voice for the commentary for now.
No probs. Well, Emre Can's had his treatment, gets to his feet, looks like he's going to be okay to continue. He will have to vacate the pitch for 30 seconds though. That yellow wall looks phenomenal. It really does.
I'm sure it does. I can't see it.
It's absolutely outstanding the way they've made Wembley into the Westfalen Stadium. Is that what it's called? It's not called that these days, is it? But yeah, it's like a mini Dortmund stadium. The Real Madrid fans are, although they're there in numbers, don't make the same kind of colour. They don't make the same atmosphere. But there's lots of them, and in fact, there's lots of them sit together. I can see as well on the far side of the pitch. Anyway, so throw into Madrid, taken all the way back to Rudiger. 26 minutes in, still no goals. Dortmund could have had 2. Adeyemi should definitely have scored when he went round the keeper. But outstanding defence from Carvajal to stop him. It's with Rudiger forward down to the aforementioned Carvajal. Tries to go down the line, doesn't get there because Matson gets a foot in. And it will be a throw into Real Madrid, maybe 15 yards outside the Dortmund penalty box. 61% possession at the moment for Madrid against 39 for Dortmund. Although the chances, you'd say Dortmund have more. They've had obviously the more clear-cut ones. I don't think Real Madrid have actually had a shot on target yet. But it's with Toni Kroos. He's going to swing it down the bottom here for Mendy. In fact, goes further forward for Vinny Jr. Vinny Jr. takes it down fantastically well and goes past Royson like he wasn't there. Ball into the box, looking for Bellingham. Good defending there from Schlotterbeck. Clears it out for throwing. Really good play from Vinicius Jr. He looks like the most likely one for Madrid to cause problems. Bellingham's found it hard to get into the game. So has Rodrigo. But Vinicius Jr. Royson had no idea what was going on. But somehow Dortmund have won the ball. And it's with Julian Brandt looking for the ball. Again, it's Adeyemi with the pace. He's through. Adeyemi's gone wide again. Gets a shot in. Courtois gets a parry to it. Fell funnily for Füllkrug. Well, in fact, it was Füllkrug who got the header in. But he could only guide it back into the arms of Courtois. And yet again, Dortmund cut through Madrid like a knife through butter. It's
right. What are you on, Billy?
27.5.
I'm 27.37.
Oh, you're just slightly the same as me then.
Fantastic. I've literally just seen that passage of play as well with Adeyemi and Füllkrug.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Kroos has it and he goes wide then. Well, say wide. It's to the right to where Rudiger is and he goes to Carvajal down the line. Valverde inside him, but it goes back to Rudiger. And now it's with Camavinga, who plays a ball forward for Valverde. Camavinga has it now. Now Bellingham. They're not giving Bellingham a second's rest, really. They're on his tails all the time. Carvajal inside of Valverde. Nice touch from him to go past Matson. Now it's with Bellingham. He's got a bit of space. Cross comes in, headed away from Hummels. Little foot there from, I think it was Sabitzer. Now it's with Mendy on his left-hand side. Now it's Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. goes back to Ferland Mendy. Now Camavinga. And back then to Nacho, who goes square to Rudiger, who can advance a little bit here. He's got Brandt on him. Goes wide to Carvajal. Carvajal can get a cross in. It's a low one. And it's cleared by Schlotterbeck. Will it go for throwing? No, it doesn't. Good play from Adeyemi. And it will be, I'm going to say it's a corner.
Yeah, I don't know why Adeyemi gave up on that then. That was a bit odd.
I mean, it's a brilliant ball from Brandt here. And, well, again, it's forced wide. But
I'm not sure what Füllkrug did there as a follow-up. He threw his neck at it, I think. He just tried to do something. But fantastic from Adeyemi there. Nearly went 1-0 up.
Yeah, somehow Adeyemi's let that go for corner, which Tony Kroos will take. He shouldn't have, really. He should have at least got it out for a throw-in. But he just allowed it to go out of play. It was strange. Anyway, Kroos will take an outswinger with his left foot. There it goes. Comes in looking for nobody but Dortmund getting ahead on that. And now it's with Adeyemi, who can break. Goes forward. It's with Jadon Sancho on his right-hand side. Floated ball to the far side to Brandt. It's a great counter-attack. Adeyemi gets a shove from Mendy.
Good from Sancho there. Good burst of pace. Good switch. Brandt tries to play a quick ball into the box to Adeyemi. And it is it's a 50-50, I guess. It is a 50-50.
Eased him out of the way, hasn't he?
Yeah, you got to be stronger there.
Anyway, Courtois has gone long and it's overhit.
That was a Nick Pope goal kick. That was
Nick Pope, yeah. It's exactly the same, Stato. Ian Maatsen will take it. Dutch left back. Chelsea books, but leaving Chelsea. They want £30 million for him. Don't know who's paying that. Maybe someone will. Anyway, there's a free kick, I think, in the middle of the park. Fouled by Valverde. He's having an argument with the Dortmund manager.
Oh, I think we have a Madrid fan in the chat. A la Madrid, vamos. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, that was a nasty challenge there from Valverde.
Oh, he scissored him as well.
Oh, yeah. That's got to be a booking. But again, I told you, didn't I? They've picked a ref that doesn't give cards.
No. Sabitzer back to Schlotterbeck. He's getting pressure. Gives it to Hummels. Mats Hummels blows down the line then to Ryerson. Back again then to Hummels. Probably go to Schlotterbeck again. He does. And then, I don't know where it's going from here. It goes inside for Maatsen, who's come inside a little bit. Now Sancho. Good tackle from Camavinga. Oof. Sabitzer did really well there to kind of tidy up from the mistake. Dortmund do have the ball back again with Sancho. Here's Sancho. Just played a little keep ball with his Manchester United ex-teammate.
Yeah, the fact that Manchester United deemed Sabitzer just kind of not really what they needed. He's fantastic. It's just beyond me. And Sancho as well. I mean, they're fine. They're both starting in the Champions League final, so they're obviously fine.
Yeah, strange decision.
Maatsen as well. I don't know if he's is he still a Chelsea player? I think he's only on loan, isn't he?
He's on loan at Dortmund. Yeah, he's Chelsea player. Yeah, he wants out though. I don't know if he's I don't think he's ended his contract. I think they want 30 million for him.
He looks really solid. He's coming short and being the first receiver off the centre halves, and he's not bad.
Yeah, he was at Burnley when they got promoted when the company, wasn't he? And he was also Coventry City for a season as well. He's a good player. Anyway, Brandt gets the ball. Oh, dear me, could fall out far side for Ryerson. Ryerson does get it, goes into the box, tries to cut inside. Nato's having none of it. Back to Sancho. Got two men on him, Mendy and Kroos. Ryerson was too strong. There gets the ball across. Mendy's down injured here.
Yeah, Sancho tried to flip-flap against two people and just ran into traffic, but Ryerson nearly made something of it.
He's very strong, isn't he? I mean, Mendy, you'd have thought he had two broken legs there the way he went down. As soon as the free kick was given. It was a...
That's not a foul at all. Mendy's gone into the back of Ryerson. That's not a foul. Made a meal of that. Very, very fortunate, because they should have a corner, Dortmund. Very odd.
I think the ref has given a free kick, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, there was no foul there. If anything, Mendy went into the back of Ryerson, and Ryerson had control of the ball. There was no problem with that from what I saw.
Courtois has it. And just lays it square then to Antonio Rudiger. Wide then for Carvajal. Little slip ball forward for Valverde, and Madrid can attack here. Wide out for Rodrigo. Rodrigo down the line then for Valverde. Nice play from Valverde. He's going to go. That's a good, lovely little pass, Carvajal. Oh, well, he's overhit that one. That's the first mistake he's made all night.
You're not that fast anymore, Carvajal. Sorry, Danny, mate.
He's had a fantastic game so far, but not on that occasion. His ambition was good for him getting so far forward. But, yeah, touch of a... As if he had Doc Martens on there. $34 on the clock. Oh, dear me.
Oh, that's got to be a card, surely.
That is Vinicius Jr. And
Vinicius Jr.,
gone in on Coble after the ball was gone.
Slide tackle, got none of the ball, all of the goalkeeper. it's not. You can't even argue against the booking. I'm afraid it's hands down a yellow card. He just needs to shut his mouth, walk off, and crack on with the game. There's no defending that.
Oof. Yeah, it's a yellow all day, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely shocking.
Although I'm not sure he's actually made contact with him with his feet, but he's definitely. I mean,
He's got none. He's got none of the ball, and he's made him go over.
No, he's got none of the ball. You're right. So a yellow to Vinny. Very, very wound up by the occasion.
Don't know what he's complaining about. He's 100% a foul. Bit unlucky there. Maybe you mean with his timing, because he definitely deserved the yellow for that.
It will be a free kick. It's very central in the Dortmund area, on a 6-yard box line, and it will be a long clearance, looking for the height and physicality of Füllkrug. Mendy does an overhead kick over his head and out for clearance for throwing. 35 and 39 on the clock. It's with Ryerson, who's had a very impressive first half, actually. Both right backs have, if I'm perfectly honest. They're back from Hummels to Kobel, who looks fine now. Now Slotterbeck back to Kobel. Back down to Hummels again. And now forward for Ryerson, who can come forward if he wants to, but he's pressured by Bellingham and has to go backwards. And he goes across to Nico Slotterbeck. Slotterbeck forward for Matson. Matson, nice little bit of trickery there to get away from Rodrigo. Long crossfield ball, slightly overhit for Sancho, and it'll be a throw-in.
Sancho ain't that tall. Yeah, interesting control from Dortmund. I mean, we did say it before kickoff that Dortmund, despite the star-studded lineups, don't tend to control games, especially against the big teams, and haven't controlled it. I'd say Dortmund have had the lion's share, 7 shots to 2. Some of the more dangerous opportunities, I'd say Dortmund look the better. But then again, we thought that in the previous two games against Bayern and against City, and Real Madrid won on both of those occasions. So it doesn't seem to matter when you're Real Madrid.
I think Madrid have had the ball more, but they just haven't had it in the areas, have they? You know, they haven't created anything. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they might have a reasonable amount of possession, but in terms of control, I would say Dortmund have more control over this game currently.
I agree. And they're certainly looking the most dangerous out of the two. I mean, as I say, Madrid have created nothing, and Dortmund have had, well, a one-on-one, and in fact, he got past the goalkeeper. It was just a brilliant bit of defensive play from Carvajal to stop, and then a couple of kind of borderline offside decisions that led to kind of posts being hit and shots being given. It's a foul given against Ryerson there. Too physical on Vinicius Jr. Quickly taken, and well, they made a right mess of that. Well, the rest of that with the free kick to be retaken. Strange. Mendy back to Tony Kroos, who's very, very deep at the precise moment in time. Square across he goes. Carvajal. No, Rodrigo. Good ball. Oh, it's under hit, and it will be a goal kick. Real Madrid have got no substance going forward at all. They really haven't clicked.
This is quite normal for them, to be honest, in this caliber of game. They just seem to have, they thrive on a few late chances. I mean, Ancelotti absolutely smashing back those Smints there, if they are Smints indeed. Real Madrid fans doing the Poznan as well.
But you'd think with that quality of, the flair they've got, you think they'd be creating a lot more than what they have. And I suppose it's a testament to Dortmund, really, that they haven't. I mean, Real Madrid look pretty ordinary up front, apart from Vinicius Jr. Anyway, Dortmund can come on the attack with Ryerson. Ryerson. Oh, this is a pain in the backside. What time you got, Sato?
39:07.
30 seconds ahead of me now. Let's see if I can get it back.
And I can take over to half time if you want.
Yeah, go on, go for it.
Right, well, we've got Vinicius Junior just pushed off the ball on Real Madrid's left side. Throw in, free kick. The ref's booking Schlotterbeck for arguing.
So much for no cards.
Let me have a look. I mean, it didn't look like there was really any shirt pulling in there. I think it's just maybe he felt bad about the booking for the tackle on the goalkeeper. I think that's a bit unnecessary to book Schlotterbeck there, again, especially in a final. Just make the right call, use your authority, especially in the first half. He's not really had too much to deal with attitude-wise. But Real Madrid have got a free kick in their half. Cruz is going to take it back to Nacho, who plays it out to the right to Rudiger, who's going to play it out to the right wing to Carvajal, who's going to send it back to Rudiger. And Madrid just trying to get a bit of the ball and a bit of a feel for it. Cruz sticking to the centre halves, almost playing like a John Joe Shelby role there, just in between the centre halves.
He is, isn't he?
It's still with him. They're just picking it left and right at the moment, trying to find the right pass. He's tried to play it out right, and Adeyemi's intercepted it. And he's got it out on the left to Julian Brandt. Julian Brandt's going to run at Rudiger. He's going to cut back inside. Played a lovely ball centrally to Sabitzer. He's got Sancho out right. He's going to shoot on his own. Well saved by Courtois. I thought he was going to go out to the right-hand side. Sabitzer wound up from 25 yards and hit one. And Courtois did get down well, and it is a corner to Dortmund.
Interesting. It's a really good save, that isn't it? It's down. He's doing well to get a hand to it.
Yeah, that is basically the save that Dubravka cannot make. That was that one.
Yes.
It's going to be Julian Brandt taking this, I believe. Right-footed as an in-swinger. Schlotterbeck licking his lips. Oh, Hummels just missed it. It goes out to Sancho, edge of the box. He's trying to work an opportunity, plays it out. It's gone back out wide to Julian Brandt, who's going to whip a ball in. It doesn't get past Camavinga at the front. Out for a throw-in. Terzic trying to calm everyone down.
He'll be very pleased, though, won't he, Terzic? He'll be very pleased with this.
Well, the fact that they're still in the game, they haven't conceded, they've been the better of the two sides you would generally imagine. But again, that doesn't seem to matter against Madrid. So it's about putting the ball in the net. Dortmund just playing it around at the back at the moment, just trying to retain the ball. Sabitzer's got it. He's playing it back to centre halves.
I'm never again now for some reason. How the fuck's this working? I don't get it.
I don't know. Still Hummels. They're waiting for the pressure. Out to Ryerson. He's managed to play a ball round the side to Sancho on the right wing. He gets past Cruz. Sancho's all alone on the right-hand side. Ball in, flick back, and it's cleared. That could have been really dangerous there.
Yeah, the poor cross from Sancho, wasn't it?
Oh. Sabitzer has basically gently brushed the back of Mendy. Mendy's fallen to the ground like a sack of bricks. And the referee has booked Sabitzer for being a bit frustrated with that, which is a bit unnecessary. Again, I mean, Fubar Steve with the perfect comment about this. Glad that this ref doesn't like to give cards. Well, he is doing in this case. Seemingly doesn't like the Germans. I'm not quite sure why.
Looks like he saves his cards up for this final, doesn't it?
Well, I don't think there was much in that. I think Mendy made a meal of that, and Sabitzer had every right to be a little bit frustrated. There's no need for a yellow card there. Give him a warning. It's at your discretion. There's no law set in stone. Madrid are on the attack, though. Big switch out to Vinicius Junior on the left-hand side. Great slide tackle from Hummels. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Hummels is furious with his midfield for letting that go. Vinicius Junior is laughing because he didn't get a corner. What's going on here? So Hummels comes in. Oh, and it does, in fact, last come off Vinicius Junior's foot, out for a goal kick. So it was the correct call. Vinicius Junior again frustrated at justice.
He knows, doesn't he? Yeah, but he knows, doesn't he? What is he even appealing for?
Because you can feel it. So
yeah, of course he knows. It's a throw-in, not a goal kick, unfortunately.
Well, the throw-in's been taken. Ryerson out into midfield. Sabitzer out to the left to Maatsen. He's going to try and find Adeyemi, but he's under a load of pressure, and I think Valverde's robbed it. Touch is heavy, and he's bundled into Schlotterbeck there. I'd have had a word with him because the ref has been getting frustrated with Dortmund players for doing that, and Valverde's just done it, seemingly no bother. Again, I've got no stake in this game, but I do feel a little bit sorry for Dortmund here. The ref's not being overly kind to them in neutral situations. Yeah, he's gone straight into the knee of Schlotterbeck, and Schlotterbeck is actually now down. So it shows that there was decent contact there. They're all having a little drinks break and taking some instruction from Ancelotti.
I think they need it because they've been poor for me.
Adeyemi having a drink and a bit of instruction as well. Yeah, fantastic crowd from Dortmund at the moment. Real Madrid fans doing the Poznan still, just constantly jumping up and down. Yeah, it looks like a fantastic atmosphere at Wembley. Right, play has resumed. Adeyemi's got it on the left-hand side for Dortmund. He's got 4 on him. He's going to have a go. No, and it's been pinched. Carvajal's got it. Back to Camavinga. Back to Rudiger. And he's going to go all the way back to Courtois. And they're going to reset and try and keep a bit of the ball.
4 minutes added on, folks. 4 minutes, and we're in the first minute of that. And I guess with the stoppage we had at the beginning of the game, that's probably about right.
Yeah, about fair. Rudiger into midfield. Valverde's first touch is again a bit heavy, but they've retained it. Carvajal on the right to Camavinga centrally to Valverde. Back to Cruz at the base of midfield. He's going to spray it left out to Mendy. Mendy's got Vinicius Jr. Going to go backwards to Mendy. Back to Cruz, who's next to his centre halves. He's going to spray it across to Rudiger on the right-hand side. Just trying to get a feel for the ball. Play it left and right at the moment, Real Madrid. It's gone forward to Bellingham, and again, they're going to go backwards again. Just trying to keep a bit of the ball at the moment. Cruz again playing that John Joe Shelvey role. I am going to call it that.
I'm sure Tony Kroos reads
really
the book in the morning. I must play like John Joe Shelvey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, playing this way will allow him to continue playing, although he is pretty sure he's leaving, isn't he?
He's retiring, isn't
he? Yeah, strange. They're still trying to keep it. Little passes in midfield. Valverde's managed to find Carvajal on the right. Bellingham ran onto it, but it has been intercepted. Yeah, all a bit scrambly. The ball's managed to come back to Madrid here for a couple of little scrambles and clearances. And Cruz has got it again in defence for Real Madrid, and they're going to try and play it out. Nacho to Rudiger. Rudiger's going to try a long ball over the top for Bellingham on the right wing. He's managed to keep the ball 50-50 against Schlotterbeck, and he loses out. Well done, Schlotterbeck. Brandt with a good pass forward to find Füllkrug. He's got it at his feet. He finds Sancho. Sancho's got Ryerson out wide. Sancho's running forward. He finds Ryerson on the right-hand side. Ryerson against Mendy. They're just slowing down the pace at the moment.
Sancho didn't give him an option, did he, really?
Yes, Sancho's now got it on the right-hand side. He's trying to wriggle through. Ryerson tries a ball roll. It goes wrong. Vinicius Jr. steals it and loses the ball again. Dortmund have got it back with their centre-halves. Everybody's still forward, though. Adeyemi's got it inside the box on the left-hand side. He's going to have a pop. He's dinked it to the back post. No one's there. Mendy's got the ball against Sancho. And Mendy doesn't control it well enough, and it does go out for a corner.
They've been really, really shaky, Real Madrid, I want to say, at the back.
Well, it's a corner from the right-hand side for Dortmund. I would imagine Julian Brandt is going to wander over to that. Yes, he is. Sabitza's the man outside of the box. They've packed everyone else in here. We've got Hummels up. We've got all the centre-halves. Adeyemi's there. Füllkrug's going to go on the keeper towards the back post. Oh, no, he's not. He's near Adeyemi. Who's on the back post? Schlotterbeck? He is, yeah, Schlotterbeck. Ball coming in, and it's cleared by Rudiger. Out to the left-hand side. Madson's going to try and get a ball back in the box, and it's blocked by Bellingham out for another corner. Corner from the other side now. So Brandt's got to trot along to the other bit.
They've not got Bellingham in the game at all, have they? They really haven't.
They're trying to get him out on the right-hand side. When Real Madrid have got the ball, they're doubling up. They're kind of playing... Carvajal goes on a little run. So they've got a bit of an overload on that right-hand side, but it's just not worked out. The last time Bellingham got it, Schlotterbeck won the duel. So ball comes in, and it doesn't clear the first man. Valverde heads away. Poor corners from Julian Brandt so far. Maybe like to see a short corner routine or something else. And the whistle is blown for half time. It is 0-0 at half time. Billy, if you want to carry on.
Yeah, interesting first half. Dortmund on top for me. Create the more clear-cut chances, that's for certain. Real Madrid have been a bit iffy at the back. They haven't really taken control in the middle of the park and kind of non-existent up front. It's only Vinicius Junior that we've seen, really. I think the Dortmund camp have been much happier started.
I mean, I don't think neither of them are going to be super pleased because they'd like to have scored. However, the fact that it's 0-0 at half time, it's anybody's game now. One more half of football could win you the Champions League if you score the goals for it. So they're definitely giving themselves a chance. It's just a terrifying prospect because Real Madrid just seemingly are able, when they're in the mood for it, to switch on 2 or 3 attacks and score 2 or 3 goals, regardless of the situation or time of the match. So even with 1 goal from Dortmund, it's not over, especially with the way Madrid have been playing this season. So, but yeah, both teams are still well in this game. We'll have to see how the second half goes.
Take the comments, mate. I need to go for the loo. Give me 2 secs.
Yeah, no problem. Right, let's have a little read. I can see a few people talking about Jonjo Shelvey. So, where is Shelvey now? I know he went to Turkey. He seems to have disappeared. Yeah, so obviously it didn't work out at Forest for him, and I believe he went to Turkey. I'm not quite sure how he did when he's gone there, though. I mean, we can have a cheeky little look if you want. Shelvey, how did he do? Jonjo Shelvey, 3 goals and 6 assists this season in the Superliga for Rizespor. Not terrible. Not terrible. He's only 32, though, to be fair. He's definitely fallen off a cliff physicality-wise, but 30 starts for them. So, yeah, he's playing regular football, which is nice to see in some nicer weather. So, fair play to him. Want Dortmund to get first goal. Wembley will be rocking. Indeed, yeah, the fans look fantastic for Dortmund at the moment in that stadium, don't they? Some good football. Great support. Yeah, from both sides, to be fair. They're doing the Poznan, which is where they do all the jumping up and down from the Madrid fans, is good as well. He's at Rizespor time. He is indeed. Full Turkey hair transplant. Well, his pictures don't suggest that. We'll have to see. Dortmund fans are basically German Geordies. They look like they're having a cracking time. They do indeed. They have got fantastic support as well. Shelvey with a massive afro. Well, there are a lot of pictures online of Shelvey with long hair. They've done the same as what they did to Shearer. So there's just some stats about Jonjo Shelvey. Bellingham not having his best game. Well, I mean, Madrid haven't had a lot of control, really, have they? They've tried to retain the ball with the centre halves and Cruz dropping deep and trying to pick out a pass left or right, and it's not really worked. Carvajal has been bombing on a little bit to try and provide an overload on that right hand side, and then him and Bellingham not really able to kind of make anything of it. Carvajal a couple of early attempts, but overran a few things that went out for goal kicks. Hope those missed chances don't cost Dortmund, but we've all seen this script before. I mean, to be honest, I think you're right. I think based on what it is right now, I think Madrid have got the better chance based on the history, the pedigree, how they've been playing in this tournament this season, and based on how they're playing at the moment. I could see them getting a goal or 2 later on in this match. Where even if Dortmund score a goal, I don't think they're safe. So
no.
Top class commentary from the both of you. Thank you very much. It's not very often that I do commentary, so I think we were planning on me doing a bit more commentary this season, but it just kind of hasn't worked out that way.
Yeah.
Similarities.
Villa game, didn't you? Half the Villa game. I seem to remember you got all the bleeding goals and all.
I did, yeah. Well, I really enjoy the commentary. Just sometimes logistically it's a bit hard, guys, because trying to get... obviously, I have to go to family members for some TV sometimes, and trying to get everybody to sync up with the right times. It can be quite difficult to do. So hopefully next year we can do a bit more of it all together.
Yeah.
For Hosselu, can you imagine?
Put it past him.
Dortmund needed to net that opportunity off the post. Well, they've had a few, to be fair. Julian Brandt, they've had the Adeyemi shot. Yeah. Hosselu is going to win this game. He very may will. Dortmund have had the more clear-cut chances. Oh, it looks like Willian's son. That is Adeyemi, Karim Adeyemi, the youngster with the little afro. Yeah, he's a fantastic player. Gave us heaps of trouble when we played against them. Saw his goal from halfway.
Shelby's goal, yeah.
Yeah, he did score from halfway, didn't he? Or from the halfway line. God, that sounded American then. I do apologise.
Centre line.
Scored from halfway. Xavi's a great technical player. His attitude to run was dreadful. I mean, it got better. It definitely got better under Howe, that's for sure. Again, it's another one of those kind of Matt Ritchie things for me, John Joe Shelby. It's a real shame he was a bit too old. If he was sort of 3 or 4 years younger and Howe came in, we could have used Shelby. He could have been absolutely. He could still be with us as kind of a backup, spraying balls about, giving us a different option. He would have been really useful and versatile, especially with his high technical level. So
last season he would have, wouldn't he? Definitely.
Massively. He'd have been fantastic. If we could have had him come in, yeah, that'd have massively helped. Of course, he's not as good, but John Joe Shelby with a bit more in terms of legs would have been really useful for us. How much do you think we could get Fulkrug for? We just wouldn't. I mean, you'd probably be able to get him for 30 or 40, but it would be an overpay because of his age and what you'd get. You know, there's no guarantee he's going to fit into the dynamics of the dressing room, the squad. You know, do we have any other Germans? I mean, we've got Fabian Schär who speaks German because he's from Switzerland, but I don't think he'd fit dynamically. Age profile's not very good. He's not proven in the Premier League, even though he looks like he probably would be absolutely fine in the Prem. So I mean, just for a difference. Huh?
Like an upmarket Chris Wood, isn't he?
He is, yeah. German upmarket Chris Wood. The officials bottled sending Vinicius Jr. off, was already booked and dived. I don't know if it was a dive. He just kind of, I don't know. Don't know if he deserved a red for that. That would have ruined the final for sure. Hope Bellingham isn't close to burnout. Well, I mean, he's not looked incredible in the last sort of month. He's not looked his usual self.
No. Dortmund have dealt with him really well, haven't they? They've not given him a second of time to rest or do anything, really, have they? He's always had the ball with his back facing to goal. So,
I mean, this is a ridiculous opinion from me, but it's one that I just can't shake. In that, I think that Bellingham will be better when Ancelotti leaves and they start playing a more dominant possession-based style. You'll see a lot more out of Bellingham, but at the moment, obviously, they play such counter-attacking football when they play bigger sides. I don't think it's great for the players. It's good for winning, and that's ultimately the game of football, isn't it? They want to win everything and they want to win trophies. But it'd be nice to see Real Madrid, especially one of the best teams in the world. You'd think that they would be playing a more dominant possession-based style of football, and they're not. Oh, we've got Mourinho at half-time.
He likes Bellingham. He really does.
Yeah, no shots on target for Real Madrid.
Yeah, they've not been great. They really haven't.
Do you want to do comments? And I'm going to bring up the
stats, yeah.
The stats for the half.
When we spent 5 million extra security, they didn't need it. It's been a very friendly out on the sidelines and on the crowd. There's standing together in certain parts of the ground.
Right. So the data so far for half time, XG, Dortmund have 1.68. They've been very unlucky not to hit the back of the net. Real Madrid with 0.09 from their paltry 2 shots, none of which were on target. So Dortmund with, well, massively higher value opportunities and a lot more of them as well. Maybe the stain on that half being the yellow cards for Schlotterbeck and Sabitzer that were kind of unnecessary. I don't know if you noticed a few times in that half as well, Billy. I just kind of want to bring your attention to the kind of shape of Dortmund. I don't remember them playing this way when we played them. It's very different. It's definitely Can and Sabitzer kind of, well, Chan's staying further back, and then Sabitzer and Brandt are behind Fulkrug, but Sancho and Adeyemi are staying back as kind of I don't know, wide cover.
Yeah,
almost. Ryerson and Sancho on the right, and then Maatsen and Adeyemi are very much pinned back off the ball, especially off the ball, trying to make sure they're protected on the flanks. And then it's Sabitzer and Brandt behind Fulkrug, and then it's almost like a 4-3-3. But just a fourth. It's not the players you would imagine would be in that 4-3-3.
No.
They've gone a bit wonky to kind of protect the flanks, and I mean they're doing a really good job because Vinicius is getting quite frustrated on that left hand side and going backwards. They can't break through on the right either. So I don't know what you think to the shape, but I'm really interested by it.
Yeah, I've been impressed, and the fullbacks are getting forward, though, aren't they? And then when they're counter attacking, they get forward quickly. Royson and Maatsen.
Well, if they get past that first man, then yeah, they're gone. They're happy to commit once they've broken that first sort of press, and they just all bomb forward.
I don't recall them doing that against us as much, with the fullbacks flooding forward once. But they're just efficient, aren't they? It's the typical German
I think we
style.
were able to contain them a little bit more. We were able to combat in midfield a bit more as well.
Yeah,
I think we had a little bit, which to say out loud feels dirty. Like the fact that we were able to contest the midfield a bit more off Dortmund is fantastic, because Real Madrid's midfield is Valverde, Camavinga, Cruz. You've got Bellingham floating around. So the fact that we were able to contest the midfield is an honor to be able to say. But yeah, they're definitely playing a very different way to how they played against us. Obviously, Sancho coming into the side, very different kind of structure, protecting the wings. They're very, very cautious of Vinicius Jr. being able to just do something from nothing on his own, which he is. And then they're very scared of that overload on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I think Vinny's been a major kind of threat, hasn't he? And strange enough, Carvajal right back. He's been getting forward and defensively has been brilliant as well. So that they're the two threats really, and the rest of them have been pretty poor.
I mean, the defenders have been fairly. I think the centre halves have been solid.
Yeah,
I think Mendy's gotten away with murder. To be fair, a couple of fouls that weren't fouls he's down as a 7 on FOTMob at the moment. He doesn't deserve one because 2 of those fouls weren't fouls. And Toni Kroos as well. Strange playing that anchoring role in between the centre halves. He's the kind of the linchpin that's trying to spray the ball about left and right.
What's he scoring?
He's on a 6.8, but again, his job is literally to just rotate possession.
Yeah,
he's not really done a lot of else. I mean, 4 ball recoveries is impressive, and he's gotten involved when necessary. So yeah, there you go. This is what he's been tasked with: 61 out of 63 passes, 97%. That's a high volume of passes for one half of football. He's basically just being given the ball. It's kind of like what we do with Bruno sometimes in certain games. We just give it to Bruno and let him do stuff.
Yeah, and some of them balls have been like long balls too, haven't they? It's not a case of just side to side stuff. He's been spraying it left to right, right to left.
Well, it's side to side until someone makes that run that you think you can find.
Yeah,
it's about patience, isn't it? Some people get bored of it and think it's side to side, but sometimes you do need to pass sideways a little bit until you see the right runner or there is a bit more space.
It looks like Marco Reus is warming up. I don't know what that would be. Anyway, the players are about to return to the pitch.
Oh, I've got tennis on at the moment for some reason.
French Open.
Roland Garros, day 7.
Well, Bellingham's definitely come out the second half anyway. He's now in a long-sleeved Adidas Real Madrid top.
I'm seeing Ancelotti walk back out. I don't know if we've changed times somehow at halftime.
You're probably ahead of me now then.
Unless there's different cameras on.
Well, no, because Ancelotti's still in the tunnel for me. Let's have a look at another angle. What you got now? You've got the Dortmund team in the tunnel, have you?
Yeah. Adeyemi and Brandt and Schlotterbeck.
We're level on this one. We'll stick with that then.
It's lovely to hear his own. They should make him do commentary, not just punditry. He's fantastic. But for people who think he's past it, is irrelevant. His insights on what he sees more than any pundit, any commentator. Just we should let Mourinho just commentate on everything. Just give him a check and write whatever number you want on there. Just let him commentate on everything. All right, Dortmund players are coming out the tunnel now for me.
They are, yeah. Here's the ref, and here's the Terzic. How old is he? He's not very old.
He's in his 30s, I'm pretty sure.
Not had the greatest league campaign, have they, this year, Dortmund? I think, were they third or fourth?
Terzic is 41 years old. And Dortmund, in the Bundesliga this year, finished in 5th place on 63 points. 2 points behind Leipzig.
That's not great.
In the end as well, comically, Bayern Munich didn't actually even finish second. It was Stuttgart who pipped them to that with 73 points.
Really?
Of course, with Guirassy scoring a lot of goals. 28. With Dennis Undav, by the way, with 18, who played against us for Brighton, who I did say was massively underrated. He's got 18 goals, 9 assists for Stuttgart, who finished second, which is fantastic for them.
Good season,
I would imagine that squad is going to get absolutely pillaged in the summer.
Anyway, we did have kicked off, and we are off and running.
We are indeed.
The ball is with Rudiger.
Do you want to do a bit now and I'll do a bit later?
Yeah, I can do half and half if you want. Rudiger goes back then to Nacho. Well, it's Cruz, in fact, sitting in that anchor role again. The ball is ferried back to Nacho in the end, and he goes wide then to, is that Mendy on the far side? I think it must be. He's gone past one.
Is, yeah.
Well, it didn't get past two, and Dortmund break with Sabitzer. Nice little ball forward, but well spotted. Now, chance for Real Madrid, but a foot in there from Matson saves the day. But Real Madrid do have it now with Vinicius. And now Valverde back then to Kroos. Wide for Mendy. Goes all the way back. Valverde has Camavinga to his right, plays it to Camavinga. Camavinga lays it through the gap to Valverde again and wide now to Carvajal. Matson against him. Carvajal goes backwards to Valverde again. Valverde with a cross, aimless one really, and it's cut out easily by Slotterbeck. Nice touch from Brandt into Fulkrug and then back to Matson. Matson down the line to Adeyemi. Good football this from Dortmund. And Adeyemi can get motoring. He does go motoring with Brand inside for Fulkrug. Got a ball out wide if he can play it. A bit ambitious there, but I think he might just get there, Sancho. Does get there. He has Mendy right on his tails, though. Little ball inside for Reyerson, who was happy to come forward, sliding tackle in from Bellingham, and it will be a corner kick to Dortmund. Good counter, that's out from Dortmund.
Yeah, fantastic from them. Again, Sabitzer putting a lot of pressure on players. Good little switch to find Sancho out on the right. They're very well structured on the counter-attack. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sabitzer coming off slightly early in the second half. He's doing the lion's share of pressing and off the ball work for Dortmund, and he's been booked as well. Maybe that's the route in for Marco Reus in the second half.
Yeah, or Nemetcha or someone like that. Who knows? Anyway, it's corner for Dortmund. The big man in the wall there. Brandt with it. Outswinger looking for Bortman head. Doesn't find one. Bortman. Vinicius Jr. gets it, and he's off and running. He's got Racing in front of him. He's also got Hummels who's got back. The Dortmund players have got back with fantastic kind of effort. Vinicius Jr. still has it, and he's fouled by Hummels there, I think. It is, and it's a free kick to Real Madrid. On the corner of the box, Hummels had enough, and in the end, kicked him.
We're 47:30-ish on the clock, guys.
So, free kick in a very dangerous situation, area of the pitch for Real Madrid. Corner of the box, left-hand side. Who's gone out there to take it? I imagine will it be Vinicius Jr. or Kroos? Well, it looks like Kroos has gone out there. Yeah, it's Kroos.
Yeah, it is.
Will he swing it in with his right foot, or will he go out swing with his left? He's got his 2 foot, of course, Tony Kroos. Kobel studying the situation. Vinicius, Rudiger. They wouldn't want to meet him on a dark night. He looks very, 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 very evil. Does Antonio Rudiger?
Rudiger.
Yeah.
He is a bit of a villain, isn't he?
He definitely is.
He's one for stamping and pinching.
Anyway, Kroos has gone for goal. Good save, Kobel. Good effort from Kroos too. It was the right foot, curved it over the wall, heading for that top corner, and Kobel was alert to it. Dived full length and got a hand to it.
It did look like it was a camera save, to be fair. I think he got that.
I think he may have just been hitting the post or going wide, but Kobe wasn't to know that. Anyway, it's a corner for Madrid.
He went the right way straight away.
Carvajal got ahead to it and knocked it over the bar. Good signs for Real Madrid so far, second half. So they've at least had an attempt on target or 2 attempts on target.
Well, from a free kick, again, as soon as it left Toni Kroos's boot, the keeper had got eyes on it all the way. That was never going in. I don't think the header was as close as Carvajal was maybe thinking it was.
No.
But still better from Real Madrid. They're actually getting shots away, which is what they need to do.
They do. Slotterbeck wide then for Ian Maatsen. Inside he goes to Emre Can. The captain goes wide. It's Reyersson on the far side. Approached by Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. goes back to Hummels. And now Slotterbeck. Forward then for Maatsen, who's stepped into the middle of the park. Floats one wide there for Reyersson. Good play from Maatsen, that. Sancho goes behind him to receive the ball and takes it. He has Bellingham in front of him, but he goes back to Sabitzer. Now it's with Slotterbeck. Maatsen still in front of him, goes for a floater all over the top to Füllkrug. Good turn, Füllkrug. Didn't quite get it back, but now it's with Maatsen, deflected, corner ball. Again, Maatsen getting advanced and getting central too, Stato.
Yeah, I mean, he's played everywhere, hasn't he? That was a reasonable effort, right-footed from outside the box, and it had to get blocked. Possibly on target if there wasn't a deflection there.
50 and 37 on the clock. It will be a corner. Julian Brandt's corners haven't been great so far. But this could be the one for them. Lots of height in there.
Savio Girona. I'm pretty sure he's going to Man City. I think they've already bought him.
It's a short corner that we kind of asked for, and they didn't do very well from it. Vinicius Jr. has managed to win the ball. A little back flick then to Camavinga. Wide for Carvajal. Ball isn't great from him. It's cut out by Hummels, and he goes all the way back. Well, it was Can, in fact, to Reyersson, who's the last man back. And Reyersson plays it forward for Can again. Can to Slotterbeck. Slotterbeck looking at his options, floats onto the far side. Reyerson's got all the space in Wembley to run into. Reyersson has it, gets a cross in. It's deflected. This time off Mendy, and it will be a corner. Again, Dortmund looking very dangerous. Great ball out to Reyersson from Slotterbeck.
Yeah, well, it's their shape, isn't it? They're just making the pitch big. They're getting spare men in open space because they're just fantastic with their formation and their shape. Dortmund are. They can't keep up with the movement. Madrid.
Yeah, there's a man free.
They are getting the blocks in when it counts, so they're keeping it at bay for now.
Here comes the corner from Brandt. It's a deeper one, looking for the head. Füllkrug has it and falls over his own feet. That big old kick. Might not have been Füllkrug. It might have been Slotterbeck. It was. Attempted an overhead kick, missed the ball and fell over. Ancelotti will be concerned though, won't he? There's always a spare man, or seems to be.
Yeah, I mean, tactically, yeah, they're not doing the greatest. I mean, if Dortmund could be a little bit more clinical, a little bit more magic in that final third, they're definitely getting this, the ball in the right areas.
Brilliant pressure there from Füllkrug and Sancho to box in Mendy, and it went out for throw-in, level with a penalty out to Dortmund.
Mendy complaining that he's not good enough sometimes. I'm not sure what he was whinging about there.
Yeah, he just couldn't get out of the press, could he? He was suffocated, and in
the end, looking at the ref, which is it's not the ref's problem.
Wanted help, didn't he? He wasn't going to get it. Sancho, this time Mendy just get a foot in. It'll be a throw into Dortmund. Taken all the way back. It goes. Can plays it square for Slotterbeck. Again, Maatsen sitting in that centre midfield role from the left back position. Gets fortunate this time, but does get away with it. He still has it, looking for a ball over the top. Rudiger watches that. It's a poor header. Adeyemi picks it up 20 yards from goal. Good challenge, though, from Valverde. Camavinga pushes it back, past, and great running back from Brandt, actually. Has the ref given a free kick? No, he hasn't.
No,
quite right, too. Sabitzer plays it wide then to Hummels.
Very naive there from Adeyemi on the attack. You don't get that much time on the ball at this level.
Yeah. is Sabitzer. Matsson's available again in the centre, but he goes all the way back to Kobel, who will play it to Slotterbeck. Bit of pressure coming from Valverde, but he goes wide then, square to Hummels. Hummels long ball, which is blocked by Rodrigo, who we've hardly seen anything of in the game. And out it goes for throwing to Dortmund.
This has definitely given me some inspiration to go back and watch our first games against Dortmund, because I think we were pretty good in both games. To be fair, it was 1-0 defeats, marginal, and they cheered. They were very happy to beat us because they knew it was a real tough game.
Yeah, it's 2-0 the away game, wasn't it?
Oh, was it 2-0?
That's cool. We had a chance to equalise, didn't we, with Joe Litton? They went up the other end of the pitch and
of course, yeah, we overcommitted, didn't we?
Yeah, there's Mr. Klopp. Of course, he'll be there supporting his former team, Dortmund. Wonder what his next one in football will be.
Who was that then that was given? Oh, he's the Turkish player who used to play for them. What's his name?
Ozcan?
No.
For who?
Oh, somebody was just talking to the Dortmund manager then. He's Turkish and he did used to play for Dortmund as a player, and he played under Klopp as well. Somebody in the chat, please tell me that guy's name, otherwise it's going to irritate me. No, it's not. It's not. Is it Emery? No, because is it Emery?
Emery Chan's playing.
Yeah, he's the one that's playing. No. I'm talking about the guy. He's now a coach. He was talking to the manager. For the life of me, remember what his name is.
Long ball.
Is it Sahin? Nuri Sahin? Am I making that up?
Yeah, no, that sounds Nurat Sahin, something like that.
Nuri Sahin, I think it is him.
Long ball. Anyway, Rodrigo has it on the far side of this. Matsson's with him. Back to Carvajal. Square inside for Camavinga's got a little bit of time, but not as much as he thinks he has. There's a 1-2 with Bellingham. Bellingham wants a free kick, doesn't get one. There's a player down for Real Madrid. I think it's Danny Carvajal. He's been clipped.
Well, I mean, they're on the ball, so he might as well get up. Oh, referee there. Carvajal putting... Oh, Carvajal punching. No need for that. Bit of a drama queen there. You better get the card out for him because you did it for the Dortmund players.
Yeah.
Adeyemi blocked him.
It was a late tackle, but he did slap out, didn't he? And he's holding his mouth for some reason. He's been elbowed. That's nonsense.
Yeah, childish from Carvajal there. Old school Spanish whining from what they used to do on the international stage. No need for that. Not at all. He's had his run blocked, which is a foul, but he's holding his face and his nose and he's lashing out, slapping Adeyemi, who's a teenager. No need for it. No need for it. He's not been booked for it. Ridiculous from the referee.
Good play from Rodrigo, trying to get past two, but he doesn't. He goes back to Valverde. Now Camavinga passes it on to Kroos. Now Vinicius Jr. looking for a cross, looking for the head of... We might fall for Carvajal! Oh, Kobel gets down to it, and it almost goes through his leg, but he managed to get down in the end. But Carvajal, again, the danger for Real Madrid, getting very advanced.
Matsson getting in the way of that as well. It was good from Carvajal.
Yeah, Matsson got a foot on it too, but it almost was squirmed through the legs of Kobel, who in the end got his hands on it and stopped it from going in. That's the closest Real Madrid's come, which is ridiculous to say. And again, it's Carvajal.
Who should be on a yellow card now, but isn't.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, very strange that Sabitzer got a yellow card for a bit of frustration, but then Carvajal is allowed to slap somebody, and that's not a yellow card. It is no consistency from the referee here in terms of attitude, which is a bit bizarre. He's definitely got his favourites.
Yeah, Sabitzer had give the linesman a bit of a... That wasn't a long, prolonged verbal abuse, was it? Just a shout at him.
Yeah,
yellow carded. Anyway, Dortmund are trying to play out. And Sancho is involved in it. Hummels has it and he comes wide down the bottom here for Schlotterbeck. He will play a long ball, looking for the run of Adeyemi, who's got lots of pace, of course, but he can't control it and can't keep it in. And it'll be a throw into Real Madrid.
Well, it's substitute o'clock soon, 58 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll see who's going to roll the dice first.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Modric coming at some point now. I think Rodrigo has been really poor from Real Madrid.
He's not been on the ball at all.
Emre Can doing a defensive job there on Bellingham. But now it's with Valverde, ball through for Bellingham, controls it well, plays it back, has his advancing run blocked off by Emre Can. But Real Madrid do maintain possession with full-on Mendy. Back then to Nacho, the captain of Real Madrid. Has Toni Kroos available, but he goes to Mendy. Going nowhere fast here, Real Madrid. In fact, Füllkrug put a bit of pressure on, and they nearly got into a bit of a state there, but Kroos managed to tidy it up and plays it out for Rudiger. Carvajal, now Rodrigo inside for Valverde. Into Carvajal, lets it go. Rodrigo didn't read it, and out of play it goes for a throw-in. I know in the semis they brought Brahim Diaz on for Rodrigo when he wasn't kind of getting into the game against Bayern Munich, and in the quarters also.
That's definitely a good shout for now. 100%. You got 5 players warming up for Dortmund on the side as well, what we can see.
I think this one will be going all the way, Sato. I've got a feeling it might go to extra time and maybe even penalties.
Long night. We're just approaching the hour mark, so it is still 0-0.
Reierson going against Bellingham, getting past Bellingham, has a ball down the line if he wants to play it. It's very strong, physical Reierson, did really well there. And in the end, Mendy has to get a foot in. But he's a strong lad, that Reierson. He really is. Wasn't being shook off the ball for nobody there.
Well, you can see why Marlon's not playing.
Yeah. Schlotterbeck's advancing the ball. He's 30 yards outside the box. Gives it to Brandt. Brandt goes down the bottom here for Maatsen. Maatsen has Adeyemi available if he wants him, but he goes back to Julian Brandt. Then he goes square inside then for Emre Can. Saw a run there, but didn't take the advantage to play the pass. And in the end, they just keep possession with Nico Schlotterbeck. Now Julian Brandt again. Wide then for Maatsen. Going to take on Rodrigo. Gets a cross in. It's cut out from Rudiger. 2 players going for the same ball there for Madrid. And Adeyemi retrieves the ball. Poor defensive play from Madrid there. Now Can. Can through the middle, or good foot in there from Rudiger. Otherwise, Füllkrug may well have been in there. Schlotterbeck has it now. It's attack versus defence at the moment. Real Madrid are just, 10 men behind the ball. It's only Vinicius that's ahead of it. Long sweeping ball looking for Maatsen. Gets it too, but Carvajal gets a foot on it. He can't let it go, and he back heels it. That's poor from Carvajal. Maatsen picks it up and then back heels it into behind the goal. Trying to do a roll around. Didn't work.
Terrible from both sets of players there.
Madrid trying to play from deep, but they're going to get cut out here. Adeyemi got a foot in. I think he was fouled. Referee doesn't think so, and the play's advancing. Is advancing with Camavinga.
He was definitely fouled there in the back.
Dear me, and the ref's not going to give a foul for that one.
Ali McCoy thinks it was a foul as well.
Bellingham's been dreadful tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Well, that's a foul. That's definitely a foul. And Carvajal's, again, he's gone to the floor like he's been shot.
Yeah, Carvajal fouls Adeyemi, but then falls to the floor screaming as if he's been fouled. He needs to go in the book because you can't have this attitude and go unpunished because he's playing to hurt people. He's not bothered. He's quite happy to,
Sancho did well there. Now Brandt and now Adeyemi can go at pace at Carvajal. Goes for cross. Good ball to header. Oh, straight at Courtois, who gets a massive fist behind it and punches it out. It was Füllkrug with the header, of course it was. He's dangerous from them situations. Real Madrid trying to get out and they can't at the minute. Now Nacho has it. And now he plays it to Rudiger and they can finally get out. Oh, again, another attempt on goal from Dortmund.
Well, fantastic. You'd love to see it in the Champions League final, wouldn't you? With all the tiki-taka we've had in the last decade, to see a left winger squaring it to a centre forward who's gonna get the winning goal with his noggin, it would be a traditional story. But it wasn't to be. It was a good stop from Courtois.
I expected Adeyemi to go past Carvajal with his pace, but I think Carvajal probably did as well because he allowed the curved cross in onto the head of Füllkrug. It was a good play from Adeyemi. Good header from Füllkrug.
It was good from Füllkrug as well to sort of drift further out and make himself available for that header.
Yeah, got a head on target. Was power behind it, but Courtois, fortunately for him, was positioned nicely and got a fist behind it and punched it away. It was
Not
Good
sure
bit of
what the
football.
subs are going to be. I mean, Brandt is looking a little bit tired. Maybe Brandt and Sabitzer are off for Royce and
Vinicius goes past Racing, gets to the byline, can't get a crossing because Racing gets back, and Hummels comes across to cover also. Good defensive work from the two Real Madrid defenders. This is that cross from Adiemi again. He's got space there. Mendy again is the one that's not watching him. He's pulled away from behind Mendy. It's right out of Courtois, fortunately for Real Madrid.
I mean, he's getting criticised by Ali McCoy's there for that header being too central. With those kinds of headers, that must be insanely difficult to pinpoint. You've just got to go for it.
Corner's played in, the head nodded in from Rudiger looking for it, but it's not going to win that in the air. And now Brandt has it. Brandt on the counter has got the pace of Adiemi, but I don't think he's going to get to that overhit from Brandt. Could have put Adiemi in behind the defender there with space. Brandt's a bit disappointed with his performance tonight. He's starting to come to the game more now.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to release him the outside of his right foot there as he was under pressure. Didn't quite get the pass right.
Madrid have it with Kroos, and now it's Valverde back to Kroos. And this is slow-paced football again for Madrid. Just trying to draw out the Dortmund defence. It's not happening at the precise moment in time. Rodrigo up against Maatsen and Adiemi. Trying to go around the back of Maatsen. Does it as well. Rodrigo in the box. Schlotterbeck's a big barrier in front of him. First time Rodrigo goes past a player, but Schlotterbeck gets in and blocks it out for a corner.
Yeah, Madrid starting to get into this game a little bit more in the last 5 minutes.
First time I've seen anything of Rodrigo, and we're 65 minutes in, which is astonishing to say. Corner ball to Madrid. Bellingham's in the box, of course he is, alongside, well, I can see Carvajal, I can see Rudiger. Kroos goes with his right foot this time, and it's nodded back out to him. Kroos again will curve one in. It's a good cross, looking for a head of Real Madrid, but only finds the head of, well, it's Vinicius Jr., the last man you want heading that one, and it goes wide for a goal kick. Carlo there looks very, very deep in his thoughts, chewing his gum.
I thought he had smints. Now he's got gum. He's got. I mean, he must have fantastic oral hygiene because he's just constantly got something,
Mints in his mouth. Yeah. Adiemi having a go at Carvajal. Rodrigo not busting to get back to help him. Adiemi, well, Rudiger was not having any of that. Stepped in and took the ball off him, and now it's with Valverde wide now to Camavinga, who's been quiet second half. Now it's Vinicius Jr. Got a run of Bellingham, finds it too, but Schlotterbeck's watching that, and Bellingham is really frustrated. I wouldn't be surprised to see him being taken off, if I'm perfectly honest.
Well, he's not had great service, and whenever he has managed to get the ball, he's pressed so heavily he just has to go backwards with it because he needs runners around him. I'd take Rodrigo off for sure. I think they need a bit more in terms of legs, Madrid do. Unless they're happy to just play like they're doing, and maybe it's going to work on the counter a couple of times before this game ends, which is what's happened in their last two matches.
It is indeed. Anyway, we've got a stoppage for some reason.
Don't know what we're stopped for.
Rayson now takes the throw in. Gets it back from Chan and plays it down the pitch, looking for Fulkrug. Foot in there from Nacho. And now it's with Valverde.
Fulkrug on the floor. Referee not interested in stopping it, but he was quite happy to stop it for every other thing for Madrid.
Strange that.
I went into this game very neutral, and the way the referee has officiated this game is making me favour Dortmund.
Well, we're 7.5 minutes in, so to take you to the rest of the end of the game, I'll give you over to Stato. Take it away, mate.
Well, 67:40 on the clock for me. Cruz goes out to Valverde, to Bellingham. Carvajal on the right wing. I think I am 3 or 4 seconds behind you, by the way, Billy. So it's going to be,
okay.
You'll have already just seen this bit. But Madrid have got the ball, just playing it around the back at the moment, trying to find some space. Bellingham has actually got a little bit more of the ball in the last minute or so. So they're trying to get themselves into the game. Rudiger with a long ball over the top, finds Rodrigo. Is that Vinicius or Rodrigo? It is Rodrigo. Bellingham on the edge of the box, chips it back inside, and it is dealt with by Sabitzer. Looping ball up. Real Madrid have got it back at the edge of the box. Valverde's got it, but is harassed backwards all the way back to Rudiger. Yeah, they were nearly through there. Some good movement by Rodrigo. Mendy out on the left-hand side for Madrid to Vinicius Jr. They're going to try. No, he's going to drive centrally. Long ball over the top to Bellingham. Oh, and it's just missed it. I don't know how he's missed that. It was a fantastic ball into the box for Bellingham. The keeper's come to meet it. I'm not quite sure who got contact there. We'll have to see it again.
Well,
it was a Vinicius Jr. chip.
It's a great cross.
It does look like a fantastic cross. Who gets the touch on this?
It's Coble. Coble gets a little minuscule touch on it.
Oh, Bellingham's missed it by a hair. Coble gets the tiniest of touches on it, pretends that he didn't, hands in the air, but it should be a Real Madrid corner.
But it isn't.
And it isn't, yeah. It should have been a corner, so let off for Dortmund there. So they have gone for a big clearance with Schlotterbeck. It does find Füllkrug, who's flicked it onto the left-hand side for Adeyemi, who's going to have a go at Carvajal, but is forced backwards. Jadon Sancho on the left-hand side now is going to take over, and again, he's going to have to go backwards. Brandt goes central to Can. He's going to go out to the right-hand side. Reyersen's got it on the right-hand side. There's 3 in the box for Dortmund, but they're going to go backwards and try and work this opportunity a bit slower. Back to Schlotterbeck, who's quite high up the pitch. Left-footed dink over to Ryerson on the right-hand side, keeping it to the right. Emre Can to Brandt to Can, just playing with it all the way back to the centre halves again. Schlotterbeck loses control of it in the centre circle, but he's under no pressure, so it's fine. Brandt, and they're going all the way back Dortmund for some reason. I'm not sure why they're doing this. Julian Brandt pointing at Schlotterbeck to go back to the goalkeeper for some reason. Maybe this is instructional. It does look like they wanted to go backwards. Why did they do that, Billy? That was a bit odd.
I think they're just trying to win the legs off Real Madrid for a bit. Just have a bit of possession.
Yeah.
Maybe have a little breather for 5 minutes or so. And we are going to see changes now anyway.
Yeah, well, it was they've gone all the way back to the goalkeeper and a huge long ball up to Füllkrug, and he wins a free kick. And Marco Reus is going to come on for his final game for Dortmund. Füllkrug, a bit hurt there, it looks like.
What if the ball whacked him in the face?
Oh, the ball's whacked him in the face. Well, he did get shoved before the jump.
He did, yeah, he did. It's hilarious. But anyway, Marco Reus, yeah, his final appearance for.
It looks like there's only going to be one change.
Yeah,
who's 27. This going to be then?
Adeyemi going off, I think.
Or Adeyemi, yeah. So he's going to go on the left-hand side potentially because Brandt doesn't look like he's got the legs at the moment to go out left. So Karim Adeyemi's race is run.
I think
round of applause from the yellow wall. They're very happy with that. Well, they're very happy with Reus coming on. Is he going to take the armband?
Doesn't look like it.
Presumably not. No, I think Emre Can's got the armband at the moment, even though Hummels is playing. Maybe something happened with Hummels.
Well, Sancho's come left, Stato.
Oh yeah, it has indeed. Yeah, so Sancho's gone out left, and it looks like Marco Reus is far right hand side. No, he's not. Vinicius Jr.'s got it on the left-hand side for Madrid anyway, and he's going to run. He's done someone. He's dinked it around the side, and he's still going. And Hummels has had to make a last-ditch tackle to put it out for a corner.
Brilliant from
Vinicius is tackling.
That was outstanding bit of skill to get round Reyes in there. Outstanding bit of skill.
Yeah, so he's put his studs on it and stopped the ball. So Reyeson's run straight past him, and he is having a little giggle about his skill there.
Yeah, he is. He's pleased with himself. No doubt about that.
So it's going to be a corner for Real Madrid here. In comes the corner. Scrappy. It does get kicked away though. Valverde with a shot from outside the box. Maatsen swings a boot at it, and it's deflected out for a corner.
Yeah, it weren't the greatest shot in the world, and it weren't the greatest clearance in the world.
No, not at all. Did I own some old school Madrid shirts? Yeah, I've got a couple of Madrid shirts from when I lived in Spain.
Ooh,
Toni Kroos from the corner.
There you go.
Oh, and it's Carvajal with the flick on into the far corner. Real Madrid are 1-0 up in the Champions League final, guys. Toni Kroos with another corner. It must have been their 7th or 8th corner of the night. Fantastic leap from Carvajal, front of the post. He rises well and flicks it into the back corner. Goalkeeper's never getting that.
No. He's been their best player, Carvalho. I know he's been up to a bit of antics in the game, but I mean, he's been superb tonight for them, really.
Yeah,
that's a
fantastic goal. We'll have to see the replay again. It's celebrations at the moment.
That's a great lead.
Right, let's have a look at this again. So Tony Kroos corner comes in, and it is... Who's lost him there?
Schlotterbeck.
It is Schlotterbeck. Is marking no one. Arrives late. No, it's not. It's Füllkrug.
It's Füllkrug,
It's
yeah.
Füllkrug. Because Schlotterbeck's supposed to be on Rudiger. So Füllkrug there has kind of got stuck between Rudiger and Carvajal. Hummels actually saves it with his hands. So lucky that did go in. Otherwise, Hummels would be off with a red card there.
And a penalty, yeah.
Well, that is it. 1-0 up, guys, with about 16-ish minutes of standard time to go. So at the moment, they've got one hand on the trophy.
I think he needs to get some more pace on. I think he needs to get Marlon on at some point. I don't think I think Madrid would be happy if they go with the battering ram tactics anyway. Go with it, start on the attack.
Right, well, Dortmund have kicked off again. So they're going to have to try and get their heads back in this and stay calm. So they're on the ball. Schlotterbeck is going to play it out left to Sancho. Sancho's trying to dink it through to find Brandt, but he can't find him. Still got the ball, though. Back to Schlotterbeck. Back to Can, who's now in the middle of defence. Hummels flicks it up with poor control there. I don't know what he's doing, but they managed to keep it. Ryerson's got it. Kicks it off. Oh, no, he's not even won the throw-in. He's booted off Camavinga, but he's lost the throw-in. So throw-in to Real Madrid. The celebrations have well and truly started for those Madrid fans as well. They are having the time of their lives. Cameras on Carvajal, rightly so. Well, it's Madrid on the ball at the moment. Vinicius Jr. plays it all the way back to Rudiger. Rudiger back to the goalkeeper. Courtois is going to be careful with it. And they're just going to recycle it at the back. They can just they can chill now. Carvajal plays it forward to Valverde, who again slips and nearly loses the ball. He has apologised for it. Mendy's got it into midfield for Bellingham to Camavinga, who's driving forward. He's got Vinny out left. He finds Vinicius Jr., who Vinicius Jr. does get tackled. Still got the ball, though. Camavinga is still on the floor for some reason. Bellingham's got it in midfield. Out to Valverde, who's going to drive all the way out to the right-hand side to Rodrigo on the right wing. Back to Carvajal. To Valverde. And he goes back to the centre halves. They're quite happy to keep the ball, Madrid. They're 1-0 up. They don't need to rush this and lose the ball. It is with Camavinga in midfield. Out to Vinicius Jr. on the left wing. Camavinga cut back into the box. It's Bellingham. Oh, and it's just past the post. An inch past the post, guys.
Should have scored.
Lazy from Hummels there. He looks like his race is completely run. Hummels was spent there. Fantastic from Camavinga.
It's great defending. It's great defending from Schlotterbeck. He gets a foot on it.
Oh, yeah. So it's a little side foot from Bellingham trying to squeeze it into the right-hand side, into the corner. Schlotterbeck pokes a toe and gets his big toe on it to push it past the post. So Schlotterbeck keeping his team in it there.
Bellingham's coming more into the game now, isn't he? Now they're having to push it more forward.
Well, they always do this. They do get more opportunities and a bit more of the ball in the last 20 minutes, don't they?
Yeah.
It is another corner for Real Madrid, and they scored from their last one. Kroos into the box. It's dealt with. Julian Brandt is going to try and pass out and get a counter-attack going, but it's blocked, and Rodrigo has it. Poor from Julian Brandt. He's looking tired as well. Bellingham's got it, but Hummels smashes into him, and Dortmund managed to get the ball back. Brandt with a quick, cheeky little 1-2 to get past someone. Has lost the ball, though. And Real Madrid have got it with Camavinga in midfield, and they're going to go again. He's driving at the Dortmund defence. Oh, and he gets absolutely clotheslined by Hummels there. That's going to be a free kick at least, possibly a yellow card. Yeah, it is a yellow card. I mean, he's pointing at the Dortmund badge there as if to say, I'm from Dortmund, don't book me. But, I mean, it was 100% a foul. Yeah.
Or are you booking me because I have a Dortmund shirt on? Basically,
yeah, possibly. but it was definitely a free kick. He had to make the tackle, though, because Camavinga was going to wander into the box. So it was needed. And Toni Kroos is going to pop the ball down and line this up.
Well, I've got Kroos, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo all over the ball. That's a triumvirate of outstanding free kick takers.
Could you update the score, Billy, on the banner?
I can't see the banner, can I?
Oh, can you not? Okay.
No.
I think I can do it. Bear with me. Let's hide the ticker. There we go, guys. That is updated for you. So we are 79 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock at the moment. Toni Kroos is standing over a free kick just outside the box for Real Madrid, and they are still 1-0 up. Just over 10 minutes to go of standard time.
What way this would be to go out if Toni Kroos would slot this in from 20 yards.
You've got a 5-6-man wall from Dortmund there. Toni Kroos. Oh, good save. Good save from Cobbel on the right-hand side. Pushes it out for a throw-in to Real Madrid.
Hit the target. Got it up and down nicely, didn't he? But Cobbel.
He got it just over Füllkrug's head. Good bend on it, but I think it was a fairly comfortable stop for the goalkeeper, to be fair.
Well, we're getting changes from Dortmund now. Haller's coming on.
Marlon and Sebastian Haller look like they're coming on. Emre Can off.
Well, they've got it now. They've got to go for it. Check one of their anchor men off. Brandt's off as well. He's been poor tonight.
Yeah, Brandt's been done for the last 20 minutes. It's a shame.
And Haller's got the captain's armband.
I think he was going to give it to someone else, but then just put it on because play resumed. Fair enough.
Haller's had a bit of a fairy tale year, hasn't he? I mean,
winning the AFCON, and obviously recovering from cancer. It's
winning goal as well in the AFCON, wouldn't he?
Well, if he can get a goal in this, then the fairy tale is not over. Dortmund have got the ball, though. Oh, Camavinga absolutely clatters into Sabitzer there, and it's not a foul. Camavinga's going to shoot with the left foot outside the box, and it's a Hollywood save from Cobbel there. Camavinga with the left foot from 30 yards out. Top bins, and Cobbel, that is a fantastic save.
It is, yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look like it's going in, actually. It looks like it's probably going to hit the crossbar. But Cobble's not to know that from that distance. He's got to try and get a hand to it. It is the Champions League final.
Brilliant save. And Madrid look more dangerous now than they have in the whole game, to be fair.
They do. Yeah, Camavinga is definitely, Mikey, having a much better second half. He's grown into this game.
He has.
But it always confuses me why they can't do this in the first half. Toni Kroos with another corner. Oh, it's flicked on, and it's a perfect save from Cobbel. Again, he's keeping him in this. It went past Carvajal. Someone flicked it on, and the goalkeeper with a great save. Haller had to deal with that.
It's Nacho with a header.
So it is with Nacho. Again, they were all focused on Carvajal with the flick on, but he kind of left it. Nacho with the header. Very, very close. That was a fantastic save, by the way.
It was outstanding.
The reaction time to keep that out was immense.
He had no right to save that.
Yeah, well, they've got a throw in Real Madrid on the right-hand side. He's got Rodrigo to aim at. He misses him. Sancho wins the header. Schlotterbeck is going to play out to Haller.
Oh.
Marco Reus. Back to Matheson. Oh, who plays a square ball, and he's messed it up. Bellingham's pinched it. Vinicius Jr. left-footed. Goal. 2-0. 2-0 Madrid. Absolutely shocking from Matheson there. He's lost the game there. Matheson tries to play it square to a centre-half in front of his box. Bellingham intercepts, plays it out to Vinicius Jr. on the left, who steps into the box and plays a cool, calm shot. You're not saving that. Matheson's, well, oh dear.
I think he might be heading back to Chelsea.
Oh dear, yeah. I'm not sure they're permanently sign him after that one. Deary me.
Change the banner, Stato.
Change the banner indeed. It's 82:45 on the clock. 2-0 to Real Madrid, and it looks like they basically have two hands on the trophy now.
Yeah, architects of their misfortune there, weren't they? Matheson, I mean, I don't know who he's passed that to. Good vision from Bellingham to see Vinicius Jr., and he's not going to miss from there. And, well, he didn't give any chance at all to the keeper. Fantastic finish into the corner of the net.
The goalkeeper gets a hand to it. He's close.
He does, yeah. He's going the wrong way. He's still got a hand to it.
Fantastic in this game. Oh, he does get a left hand to it, but unlucky.
He's going the wrong way as well. It's an unbelievable attempt to save it. Just couldn't get enough on it to stop it. But yeah, that's game over for me.
I would imagine it is, yeah. Yeah, well, he gets his goal. It is 2-0. I would possibly expect to see some Real Madrid substitutions now. Maybe a Joselu coming on just to waste a bit of time. Yeah, unlucky there. Marco Reus consoling Maatsen there. But they have got it inside the Real Madrid box. Dortmund have, and it's miscontrolled by Marlon. Is out for a goal kick. That was poor. We didn't see the build-up to that attack because all the cameras were focused on the goal scorer. It was a little scuff shot as well. I did see that. It did look like Vinicius Jr. kind of got a bit of turf as well.
Bellingham's going off. Joselu's coming on, and so is Modric.
Just as predicted. Joselu on. Modric coming on as well. Yeah, Bellingham off.
Has his assist.
Yeah, he's got his assist. He's had a poor game, and then in the final 15 minutes, he did enough.
Ex-Newcastle legend.
And
Kroos as well, going off of Modric.
Toni Kroos with a big cheer to the Madrid fans in what is his last game. Yeah, I'm sure it's a very emotional moment for him. Hugs Vinicius Jr., cheers at the crowd. I'm sure he's going to say some words to Modric as well as he goes off. Big hug for Ancelotti. Yeah, it is a shame. End of an era for Toni Kroos there. Off he goes.
Is he in the German squad for the Euros? I don't think he is he?
I'm not sure.
Been a fantastic footballer in his career, though, hasn't he? World Cup winner, of course. Outstanding footballer.
So Dortmund on the ball now. Schlotterbeck's got it in defence. He's trying to find a pass. He does find a long pass out to Füllkrug. Flicks it onto Haller, but Haller can't get it. Sabitzer loses out to Joselu in the air.
Oh, dear.
Ryerson's got it. He's going to play it back to Hummels, who is going to go back to the goalkeeper and recycle it out to Schlotterbeck. He's got Maatsen, although he's decided not to go that way. He's gone the other way. He's gone out to Hummels, who's got Sabitzer in midfield, but he's being harassed by Joselu, and Joselu brings him down. Does give away a free kick.
Yeah.
He's got no one to play it to, though. Oh no,
I think Sabitzer's run his race, hasn't he?
Yeah, I was expecting Sabitzer to come off.
He looked like he's running in treacle there.
We can't commentate because the cameras are fixed on Toni Kroos and the Madrid fans and the replays. So sorry, guys, I don't know what's going on. But it is 2-0 in the Champions League final to Real Madrid. They are trying to get something done here, Dortmund.
Is that Moukoko who's come on as well?
I think Mukoku's come on. That was a left-footed attempt there. Marlon's got it inside the box. Left-footed cross. Oh, and it's in! It's in. Is that Füllkrug with a header? It is. Fantastic. Wow. Good. The flag's up, I think.
Yeah, it is.
The flag's up. The flag's up.
Alan Pardew's flagged him offside.
Alan Pardew has indeed put his flag up. Oh.
Well, VAR going to have to have a look at, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it was well worked. Marlon, I mean, acres of space there. Marlon
he is off.
Left-footed and...
Yeah, he's off.
He is offside. That is a big shame. A big shame because they were nowhere near it. The Madrid players, I don't think they deliberately played that. I think it was a tiny bit of luck. But good instinct, I guess, for their back line to be in a straight line. Unlucky for Füllkrug there. It is still 2-0 to Real Madrid. 87 minutes and 35 on the clock. So only a few minutes. They need to get the ball in the back of the net now, Dortmund, if they're going to try and get something from this game. But
Bino Gittins for Sancho, yeah.
Jamie Bino Gittins, that was it for Sancho. But Dortmund have got the ball again, and they're going to try and...
Whoa.
Carvajal swiping at Marlon's back there. Got to be a yellow card for him. Surely. No, nothing for Carvajal. Carvajal has gotten away with absolute murder this game. Twice he's lashed out at opponents with no bookings. Sabitzer to Haller, to Marco Reus, left wing to Marlon, and Carvajal has got the ball and has dinked it off Marlon for the throw-in and is giggling, cheering at the fans, but he probably shouldn't be on the pitch with his nonsense tonight.
Yeah, pantomime villain, pantomime hero in the same game.
Yeah, well, I mean, they needed another Ramos, didn't they? And it looks like he's definitely taken that up. I thought it would have been Rudiger, but it's not. It looks like Militao is going to come on.
Militao, of course it is.
They're not quite. So Carvajal throw into Joselu, who's got it. Modric has got it in midfield. A little flick onto Rodrigo. And it is little tiki-taka here with Modric involved, trying to keep it. And the ball's gone out for a Real Madrid throw.
Not making the change.
Yeah, I think they've changed their mind. I'm not sure what's going on with this substitution now.
He's still ready to come on, but
I think he wanted to come on, but they took the throw in. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Carvajal's taken the throw anyway. Marco Reus kicks it out for another throw in.
I think they're waiting until the player they want to bring off is in the middle of the pitch, so it wastes a little bit more time. Militao isn't happy.
Well, I don't know what he's kicking out about. I mean, you're about to be subbed on in a Champions League final that you're going to win. So, strange attitude from a couple of the Real Madrid players today. It's not really needed. Militao's going to touch the turf of Wembley. Strangely enough,
I think that was all about getting Rodrigo centrally in the pitch so he couldn't go off on the side, and be quicker doing it
straight away. Yeah, potentially.
Very, very clever.
So it's on the opposite side though.
Yeah, but he just stepped off, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Right, so throw-in taken, and Dortmund have got it back. Sabitzer with an extreme long ball over the top, trying to find a runner somewhere. Füllkrug, I think, breathes near Camavinga, and Camavinga wins a free kick for something.
You've got to think Tchouaméni can't even get in this side at the moment. I mean, Camavinga and Tchouaméni surely going to form the base of the French midfield this summer.
You'd imagine, yeah. I mean, he scored the goal against England in the World Cup. So there is 5 minutes of added time, guys. So we are 90 minutes with 45 seconds on the clock. The cameras are basically not showing us much of the football anymore. They're ready for the final whistle, I think.
Yeah.
But Dortmund have got it. Long ball from Schlotterbeck trying to find Füllkrug. He flicks it to Halle. He's got it. He's going to have a pop, is he? He recycles it. He's trying to find someone. Marco Reus on rushing. I know it's Ryerson. Back to Sabitzer. Flicks it into the box to Marlon at the back post. And Carvajal with a very clever backwards header to Courtois, who chests it and then falls on it like Jordan Pickford. I have to admit, that was brilliant from Carvajal there.
Oh, despite all of his antics, he's been the best player on the pitch for me. I mean, he saved them a goal first half, literally saved them a goal, and he scored one second. And been a knobhead all the rest of it.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, isn't it? Joselu wrestling with everyone, doesn't care about fouls. At this point, he's just trying to win the ball and slow the game down. Dortmund have got it, though, with the defenders. Bit of a scramble. Ryerson's got it on the right-hand side. He's going to run into Madrid's half. What's his name? Bino Gittins? I think that's his name.
Yeah, he's English, isn't he? Young English lad.
Well, Dortmund has still got it. They're trying to get forward, but just can't break down Real Madrid's block now. And they've still got it. Ryerson on the right-hand side. Plays it centrally. It's through to Hummels in the box, but Rudiger's got it clear. Joselu again wrestling with people. And Modric has got it. And he's got a runner here. He's got Vinicius left and Joselu central. It's 3-on-3. Vinicius Jr. is going to run at Sabitzer into the box. Can he find Joselu or shoot? He's going to dink it to Modric. It wasn't enough. It is cleared. That would have been a cheeky third goal with a little chip there. Long ball played forward for the run of Marlon. He's going to see if he can get on the end of this. He's foot race with Militao. He has got there first. Dortmund have got it on the left, but Militao toe pokes it out for a throw-in. 2 minutes 55 now, guys. 2 minutes left. And we've got another substitution. It looks like it's Brahim Diaz for... Who are they going to bring off? Vinicius Jr.? Yeah, it's Vinicius Jr.
It'd be interesting to see where Mbappe fits into this side, won't it?
I mean, this is terrifying. The fact that they're about to win a Champions League and they're going to get Mbappe join as well.
Yes, Lucas Vasquez coming on.
Oh, it's Lucas Vasquez. It's not Brahim Diaz. So, long ball from Maatsen into the box for Dortmund. Hummels can't win that. It's going to get recycled back out to the right-hand side. Ryerson. Biner Gittins has got it as well. He's driving centrally and he's brought down. Should be a free kick.
Should be a yellow card, really.
No, Mendy. What? Oh, it is a free kick. He just didn't blow his whistle. Fair enough.
Should be yellow card, I think. I think that's a yellow card.
That's quite a lot of nonsense from Mendy without being carded tonight. It's very odd. I don't know how Carvajal either's got away without a booking. Marco Reus is going to stand over this free kick from the right-hand side. They've got some big boys in the box now, Dortmund have, so they just need to aim for one.
They have to score here.
Yeah, they've got to. So Marco Reus is going to float one in. And it's headed away for a corner. I think it was Militao that got ahead on that. It was over the top of Füllkrug and Haller, which are the two men you would ideally try and whip that cross to. But they went to the back post and it got cleared.
Militao's made one or two kind of crucial clearances, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been important so far. I think it's Ryerson who's going to take or is it Reus? Corner kick in. Courtois gets a big, strong right hand to it and punches it away. Marco Reus recycles it to Maatsen. He's running left wing. He's trying to chip it into the box, but the chip goes towards Courtois, who falls on it. And we've got 5 minutes on the clock. So you'd imagine as soon as this is taken, Ancelotti is already having a little handshake and a word with Terzic. It does look like it's done. And there you go. There's the final whistle, guys. Real Madrid have won the Champions League.
Yeah, I think it's the 15th time, is it? They've won it? Or 14th time? Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, cameras on Toni Kroos, as it should be. Fantastic.
Yeah, 15th time and the 6th for Ancelotti, 4 as a manager, 2 as a player. Outstanding.
Carvajal breaks down crying. Yeah, 2 goals. 1 goal from Carvajal, 1 goal from Vinicius Jr. They're all on the pitch now. Everybody's in a nice huddle. God, doesn't this make you jealous, Billy? Wouldn't it be fantastic to see this with black and white?
It's going to happen at some point.
Bellingham can't believe it either. Well, mate, it's not over yet, Jude. We need a trophy back here as well, my friend.
I think next season we're going to see the long-sleeved Adidas shirts with Newcastle, you know. I like them.
They are good, yeah. The long sleeves are decent.
They went out of fashion for a long time, and then this season they've come back on the manner again, and I love them.
The fact this is their 15th Champions League. I mean, Sabitza's in bits there on the pitch. Bless him. He was good tonight. Sabitzer did everything he was supposed to do. It's just, you know, it's a team game. But 15th, Ancelotti saying hello to a lady who's got an Ancelotti shirt on, giving her a cuddle in the crowd. That's nice.
I wonder if that's his wife.
Well, unless it is, maybe it is his wife.
I think it must be. Well, the Madrid players don't mind getting in with the fans, do they?
Yeah, Vinicius Jr. is in with the fans. They're having it.
I can imagine Bruno doing
say
that.
Cuddle, but I'm not sure that's what that is.
I can imagine Bruno doing that.
To think that this is their 15th Champions League, guys. I mean, it was only recently where there was all this talk about La Décima. They needed to win their 10th. And now they're on 15. Joselu with a crying boy, possibly his son in the crowd, giving him a hug.
We would hope so.
I would hope so, yeah.
We'll be hooking kids out the crowd.
Oh, guys, and now Joselu has a Champions League title.
Indeed. I mean, they've got in kind of cycles, haven't they, Real Madrid? We've had obviously the 50s and 60s, the Puskás, Di Stefano kind of rule. Then we had the 90s with, you know, the players out there, Butragueño and people like that, and Raul. And then you had the Galacticos era, then you had the Gareth Bale era, and now this is a new era, I think. I know Kroos is leaving and Modric's possibly coming to the end as well.
Well, I mean, it's the end of an era for two kinds of players here. We've got Marco Reus, who again, you can't understand. I think Toni Kroos is going to take all of the plaudits. But Marco Reus, there needs to be words about him. I mean, he was the cover, may I add, of the FIFA games. He was the cover of FIFA 17, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So to get on the cover of a FIFA game, you have to be the guy. So for Marco Reus to, and at one level, he was one of the best attacking midfielders on the planet for a number of years. He's been with the club for a long, long time, and it's going to be very sad to see him go. And Toni Kroos as well, an absolute legend of the game. So
Yep.
the cycle is going to start again. But I think the days are kind of numbered with those sort of technician kind of slower players. Those younger technicians like your Modric, your Kroos, and your Marco Reus. You don't get as many of those profiles anymore, which is a bit of a shame. So they will be missed.
I agree. Proper footballers.
Yeah, we'll look back in 10 years' time and we'll miss Toni Kroos and Marco Reus, definitely.
Unless Jude Bellingham develops his game, and so he'll have all of that in his locker as well. I mean, it's potentially could do that. He's got the tools to do it.
Yeah, Bellingham praising Ancelotti there. They're getting the stage ready, guys, and the backdrop ready for this trophy lift. We will stay with you for the trophy lift, definitely.
We will. I'm going to disappear for 2 seconds just to have a quick visit.
The camera just pans to Jobe Bellingham there, to Jude's younger brother, who obviously plays for the Mackhams. Camera panned on the Real Madrid fans now. God, can you imagine what that feels like? The fact that they've got London 24, Wembley Stadium on all of their scarves as well is a bit surreal. And there's the famous shot. We've got the engraving that they are putting Madrid onto the trophy. I can't wait for that moment, guys. That first moment, because I mean, I'm sure most of us have never seen that, but where they do that camera shot on television where they're engraving the name of the club onto that trophy is something that we've obviously never seen. So the first time we get to see that, where they cut away to the guy doing the little scripture, when you see the NEW, and as they're doing a bit more, Sabitzer is in tears, bless him. Yeah, it is a shame for Borussia Dortmund. They've been impeccable all the way up until this final. We knew they were difficult to get past, but Madrid have managed it twice, albeit the second goal was a bit of a mistake. They were pushing. It is a shame. I wonder what their XG was in the end, because they were massively ahead on XG in the first half. So it was 1.88 to Borussia Dortmund and 1.14 for Real Madrid. But again, XG is important to kind of indicate how you're doing, especially over a league season. But in a final, XG means nothing. You've just got to get the ball in the back of the net. You've got to be lucky. You've got to have high quality. Mourinho saying he's just talking about Dortmund. A very good team. They're a bit unlucky.
I think Real Madrid were the better side second half.
Yeah.
I must be honest. And especially once they scored.
Jude Bellingham being interviewed now, can barely talk.
Well, he'll be heading into the Euros with a Champions League medal on his mantelpiece, and surely that's got to be good for England. A happy Jude Bellingham. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes in the Euros.
Yeah, I mean, that's very kind of him, to be fair. He said he was all right emotionally until he saw his parents and he's broken down a bit. I mean, yeah, you think that with a lot of these players, don't you, on the pitch? There must have been, especially with the parents, you've got to think of the childhoods. Some of these kids join academies at sort of 8, 9 years old. And the amount of times, you think of the thousands of times that they've taken them for training, and must be an emotional thing.
I mean, Jude Bellingham's how old now? How old is he?
20, I think.
And he left Birmingham City 3-4 years ago when he was 17.
Wow. They retired 16, I think they retired his number.
Which is unbelievable. A 16-year-old kid having his shirt number retired.
Yeah, but the funny thing is they got so much stick when they retired his shirt number at the time because they thought it was a bit silly. Yeah. But then obviously, considering where he's come now, it seems like a masterstroke. They knew how good he was going to be.
Yeah, unbelievable. And he played as left back for them.
Oh, we don't want to hear McManaman talk. Give the mic to Mourinho, for God's sake.
Don't. Real Madrid. I used to play for Real Madrid, I was in the Champions League final. I've got 2 medals.
People like
To be fair to him, he was.
Yeah, well, I still don't really want to hear from him. I'd rather hear from Mourinho. The amount you're paying Mourinho for this airtime, give him the microphone, please.
Yeah, don't give him Manaman. Hey, he's have lovely long curly locks, you know.
A few players very happy that didn't actually get on the pitch in the end. Yeah, it's all hugs at the moment. No trophy lift yet. They're all kind of having their little interviews first.
What's good about Wembley is they got the steps for it, which is great. I mean, I don't like these stadiums where they just get a big table in the middle of the park. Maybe they'll do it here.
No, I think they are. I think they're building a stage in the middle. Is that not what they're doing?
Oh, I'd hope not. I think I'd rather them go up the steps. Why have the steps there and not use them? It's a historical piece of kind of the stadium, isn't it?
Mm. Oh, sorry, I'm just distracted by McManaman. Can he stop talking now, for Pete's sake?
When I was playing for Real Madrid in the Champions League final, I found it quite easy, actually.
Oh, here you go. Got Mourinho.
Never had no Germans playing for us, so. Oh, dear me.
Very jealous, guys. Very, very jealous of this. They're all embracing and all ready to step up. The outside of Wembley has got the Real Madrid icon on it with winners.
Yeah.
This is surreal. This is the only time I've ever seen us do this is obviously at the end of season. It's the last home game of the season where all the lads kind of wander around the pitch with their families. And sometimes the coaching staff will wander on, and that's the only time I've ever seen this. But obviously, when you win a trophy, I mean, I was there. I don't know who out of you guys watching was there in the Carabao Cup final, but me and Paul were there at Wembley. Paul was sat somewhere different to me, so I was there up in the rafters on my own. And it is excruciating watching your team lose a cup final when you're in the stadium. It's got to be the worst feeling. One of the worst feelings I've had in my life. I'm not going to lie. But I stayed to watch Man United lift that trophy because it's going to be all the sweeter when we lift our own ourselves and we've actually beaten someone.
Yeah. They are built a stage in the middle of the pitch. And I guess it's for the photographing, thing for all that stuff, because it's hard to photograph people that high up in the air, isn't it, I guess? But I don't like that. I like the go up the steps, get the scarf around the neck as the fans around the steps. What they're doing the cup final, the FA Cup final, and the Carabao Cup final. But yeah, they've got this stage now and on the pitch. It delays things. Danny Ceballos, who'd have thought he'd be a Champions League winner when he was kind of on the Arsenal bench 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever it was.
Well, he hasn't got that shirt sweaty today, so
no. Valverde has been an excellent addition to their squad. He's a fantastic player too.
He had a bit of a strange night tonight, to be fair.
He did.
A lot of heavy touches, but it didn't seem to make a difference. Tchouaméni, the fact that you can win a final and not even use Tchouaméni is ridiculous. And then you add Mbappe to this side as well, which isn't confirmed, by the way, but...
Well, the presentation party on the way to the pitch. Dignitaries of UEFA.
Oh, they're getting booed. Oh, it's Perez is coming out. What? I'm not sure why he's coming out. Does he need to be there?
He wouldn't miss an opportunity like this. That's so from Fiorentina. Good Lord. He's not going to miss a chance like this to get.
Everybody's saying it'll be us soon. Yeah. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams that are better footballing sides who play better football, but again, Real Madrid have beaten most of these sides over 2 legs. Let's not forget. It's hard to win the Champions League. You've got to be better than a team in 2 games, not 1, until you get to the final, of course.
I thought they were very fortunate against Manchester City. And they were very fortunate against Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but the fact that they did it 4 games in a row against a better footballing side
and then Zinedine Zidane
can't be an accident. Yeah, Zidane's coming out.
One of the finest players I've ever seen, if not the finest.
He's going to present it. The fact that he's lifted it 3 times, well, four times, 3 or 4, quite a few.
Who can ever forget that overhead kick he scored in the final? Good grief, what a player he
Rather
was.
have a Champions League or a World Cup title.
He's got both.
I'm not sure yet. Yeah, Zidane's got both.
And the Euros.
Alexander
and a red
from
card in the final.
US sees us in the final in 5 years. I don't know about that. Bit soon, maybe. Consistently qualifying for it and maybe trying to get out the group stage successfully would be nice. It's a long time, these kinds of projects, isn't it? Look how long it took City.
They'll probably be Aston Villa fans who think they can win it next year.
Well, maybe.
Well, because last time they won it, of course, which was like 42 years ago. But there'll be dents over Birmingham. Why? Who's that little ginger fella that's...
I don't know.
Has he just appeared on the pitch? Anyway, the referee's getting a big, hearty, warm round of applause from the Real Madrid players. Why wouldn't he?
Of course they are.
He's been one of their best players. There's Alan Pardew as well with a line, the flag. It's not really Alan Pardew, but he looks very much like him.
Are we supporting Dortmund or Real Madrid? We're neither. We are a Newcastle fan channel, and we're just watching the Champions League final because it is one of the biggest games in world football. But we are neutrals. Not too fussed who was going to win this one. I'd say Dortmund played well, had the better chances. A little bit unfortunate officiating as well, but Real Madrid put the ball in the back of the net twice and deserved to win the game. So,
indeed,
Real Madrid are deserved champions.
If you are neutrals, folks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It is free to do so. Hit that thumbs up as well. Super chat's available too, and we are going to be with you on Monday night for the England game. England versus Bosnia at St James's Park, of course.
Yeah, we will be doing lots of content over the course of the Euros, guys. So if you are a Dortmund or Real Madrid fan or just somebody who likes football and you are new here, feel free to drop us a follow and subscribe, because we will be doing a lot more content over the summer that's not solely based on Newcastle. But, of course, that is our primary focus.
We'll be doing as much as the European Championships as Euros as we can, and potentially all of the games.
Dortmund's just getting their losers' medals.
Bit of tears in the Dortmund end, and why wouldn't there be? But they've done themselves proud. I mean, we would never predicted them getting to the final when we played them. But efficiency is their key, and they've been a very efficient side this season in the Champions League, no doubt about that.
Must feel strange being one of the bench players. When your team loses, you must feel like you must have those thoughts, surely. Like, if I was on the pitch, maybe we wouldn't have lost, or it must be difficult, especially if you've played in previous fixtures. Like, I just saw Süle there go up to get his medal. And he's obviously was a starter for Bayern Munich. Is quite an important player for Dortmund. It must be hard to stomach if you don't get a chance to make the difference.
They played three at the back when we played. I'm sure they did. Süle, Schlotterbeck and Moors. I think they all played, didn't they?
It's too long ago now. I'd have to go and have a look.
I think that's the difference now. I think they had three at the back. I'm sure Süle played. Sure he did.
Yeah, he definitely played against us. I just can't remember the formation. I've told us in the chat, not super happy with VAR Madrid. I mean, it was fairly okay. So some of the decisions weren't game-changing, so, you know. Adeyemi chance 1-on-1, very costly in the end. Yeah, they had a lot of chances early doors. They should have been at least 1-0 up at half-time, and they weren't, and it has cost them.
He would have scored if it wasn't for Carvajal. How he got back on, we'll never know. He was a fantastic middle defender. It really was. And for me, he was man of the match, Carvajal.
But he's the best player in the world right now. I don't agree with that. He's top 5.
Who do you think's best?
I just think there are players who've got more attributes than him. He's fantastic at what he does, and he's definitely in that conversation. But I'm not 100% sure about that.
I don't know who the best is. It's one of them times when there isn't a standout candidate, is there? we've had Ronaldo and Messi for so long. Obviously, it's not them anymore. So who takes the place? I mean, Mbappe hasn't really been. Who would have thought he would have took over, but he hasn't been great, has he, for a season or two?
He's been okay. Danny Ceballos kissing the trophy, mate. You didn't play.
Oh, dear me. He's a big chap, isn't he? The fellow on the left.
I can't remember who it is.
So Nacho will be the last person up to receive the trophy. I thought they may have let Tony Kroos pick it up, but obviously not. Because Tony Kroos is about to shake the hands now. With Eder Militao behind him. I think Nacho may be leaving Real Madrid this summer as well.
I never know what these players say to these FIFA officials or UEFA officials when they get their medals. What do they possibly say? Oh, good game, well done. Yeah, like what could they possibly, especially if they've never really conversed before? Yeah. What is that conversation? What are they saying to each other?
And what was he saying to the third choice goalkeeper there?
Yeah, what could you possibly say to the third choice goalkeeper? This is exactly what I mean.
Fantastically.
But then he's not said anything to Vinicius Jr. Make it make sense.
Well, there's
Nacho. Medal goes on for Nacho.
About to get it. It's a big old
He's
cup,
got the trophy in his hands.
He's waiting till he gets in front of his teammates.
He is indeed. God, I'm so jealous. They're all getting ready, guys.
Yeah. There they go. Real Madrid champions of Europe. Yeah. Congratulations to Real Madrid. Hola Madrid, as they say. Is it Hola or Ela or whatever the song they sing?
A la Madrid.
A la Madrid.
Campeones rings out around Wembley. Oh, imagine if we could have got there at Wembley as well.
Just imagine. Just imagine.
Gillian with blasphemy there. The trophy does not look plastic. It looks shiny and magnificent.
Indeed.
Although I do think the Europa League trophy is a better looking trophy. But we still want to win the Champions League.
Yes. It will happen. It will happen. We'll probably get.
You guys have been fantastic tonight as well, by the way. We've had sort of between 300 and 400 people for most of this to watch two teams that we don't support. So that's incredible from everyone. So thank you for so many of you for turning out for just a neutral game.
Yeah, don't forget England against Bosnia on Monday as well, folks. We should be similarly commentating on that. Could be me and Stato Paul might be with us as well. So, yeah, lots and lots of games to look forward to. Then European Championships. We are aiming to cover every single game that we can. Obviously, some games kick off at the same time, so we can't do them. But the vast majority of them we will be commentating on. And then we're into the pre-season, and we will have all the games for that too. And then back into the season again. So lots and lots to look forward to.
Indeed. Well, I believe we have a transfer show tomorrow night, guys. So before everybody dips, there is a transfer show. I believe it's going to be at 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow. So we do have a few important players to talk about that we've been linked with a lot. And I know there's some different news stories floating around with tossing to Chelsea. So we will go through that tomorrow. So make sure you check back in at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Subscribe if you haven't already. And please like the stream as well, because that definitely helps.
It does indeed. Roughly Ed Benishon says we're going to be Premier League champions in 27 and Champions League champions in 28. Mike Elliott says, are you doing Scotland and Germany in the Euros? Yes, we'll do that. In fact, that's the opening game, isn't it? So we'll definitely be doing that.
I mean, we'll probably do lots of games. I mean, last time when it was the World Cup, I think we just did loads of games. Yeah, because why not? So
yeah, we did. We got more for the Brazil game against Croatia than what we did for an England game, which is strange. But yeah, we will be doing all of the games that we can, except for the last qualification games, of course, when they kick off simultaneously. So we won't be able to do all the games. But of course, we'll have scores as they come in. But every game possible for us to commentate on, we will. So that'll be daily watch-alongs. And maybe 2 daily watch-alongs. Maybe an afternoon one and a nighttime one. Big promises, but we're going to do it.
Sorry, guys. I'm just distracted by all the trophy lifts. I'm just jealous. Just pure jealousy at this point.
What do you make of the Tosin news, Stato? I mean, it was done and dusted according to some.
I mean, I think he's a bottle job. I think he's a silly, silly boy, and I don't know who he's being advised by. I mean, look, a lot of people are going to say I'm throwing my toys out the pram and I'm bitter and salty. Yeah, of course I am. However, if you try and take a step back and think about this logically, he's 26 years old. He presumably wants to progress and take that next step, possibly have a route to the England side, which I think playing a lot more in a Newcastle side with a coach with experience of developing and nurturing talent in Eddie Howe, I think it would have been the right move for him at the right level, because it is a step up from Fulham at the moment, the way the clubs are. I don't think he's going to get much of a chance at Chelsea. I think they've got 7 or 8 centre-halves on the books, and I don't think it's the right move for him. I don't think it's massively good for Chelsea. I don't think it's massively good for him. Is it just financial? I mean, he seems to, well, people are saying it's not, but I just think it's the wrong move for all parties. I don't think it's going to do Chelsea loads of good. I don't think it's going to do the player loads of good. And it obviously doesn't do us any good. So I think it's kind of lose, lose, lose. I don't think it makes sense.
He hasn't got to move out for anything, has he?
Yeah, but, ambition. I think it's potentially, I mean, Foxy's got a point there. Maresca obviously worked with him at the City Academy. He knows him from there, but maybe that's what swung it with Maresca to Chelsea, possibly. Obviously living in London anyway, but I just feel like it's the wrong move for him. I think he had a better pathway to play a lot more first-team games and to be the main guy to try and take over from Fabian Schär long-term and maybe try and push for an England place in the next couple of years. But, oh well.
Well, never mind. There's more fish in the sea, as they say, although whether they'll be free, it's very doubtful. But, of course, that means we're going to have to spend, if we need to go down that route of buying another centre-half to go with Kelly, who looks like it's possibly a done deal. Trying to sit on the fence with that. Who knows if we go for another centre-half? We might not. We might just not have one and wait for Botman and Lascelles to come back. We've come to the end of the show, though. We've been on for 2 hours and 38 minutes. We've done the Champions League final for you. We will be with you tomorrow night. On your way out, folks, do us a favour, hit that thumbs up for us. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button too. And there will be some Patreon podcasts coming up in the next week or two. Potential signings for us. We'll also do a Euros one as well. Stato and myself. There we go. So that's lots to look forward to on the Toon Review. We should be with you tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, I believe we're starting, Stato. That's right, isn't it?
6 o'clock UK time, yeah. So make sure you subscribe, and then it means you can come back and watch the transfer show.
And hit that bell, hit that notification bell, and you'll know exactly where we're on. But it is 6 o'clock. So until then, we shall see you tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your Saturday and have a fantastic weekend, folks. Good night.
A la Madrid.
Come back and check out the breeze.